Okay, seems like it's time. Well then, hi. So, we are doing a totally useless stream today. Like, Wordle, YouTube, this kind of shit. I don't know, man. I spent half a day weight painting, which is, frying my brain and also is a fucking torture. I spent the other half of the day doing some IRL stuff that is also frying my brain, to be honest. Like, not good stuff. So, yeah. uh, I'm basically just regenerating my sanity. And if I didn't start the stream, I would continue doing either one of those, so I kinda needed to start the stream, I guess. Okay, yeah, that's about it basically. So we are just chilling today. Anyways, let me open Wordle, skip the flashbang, and we can go here. Right. Okay, everything seems to be in order, I think. I don't know, I feel like I'm missing something, but I'm probably just missing brain cells. Speaking of... Well... Not too bad. Okay. Fuck. I can't think of anything without N and S. Guess I am fried. Okay, let's do something like this just for letters, cause... Well, I mean, we got one letter, so that's not terrible, I suppose. Okay, Vito is 4, unfortunately. Okay, not girth. Fuck, man. How is E and T already freezing me? I guess it's more like what I don't have is what's freezing me. Hopefully, at least. Because otherwise it's just my brain being totally fried, which is not great. Okay. So I wanna try something like this, but I need to figure out what fits parameters, cause I don't know, I just needed a visual. I mean, I could do like 10th, but that's fucking worthless. Wait. Okay, it's what my brain feels like. to be at least somewhat useful. That's a good start, I suppose. Okay. I don't know. This is what I need. Okay. And it is the world. Alright. Well then. Okay, let's just see if we can find something good in YouTube's recommendations. Should probably be able. Okay, there is some memes, there is some pets. Also, I've seen this right here and I kinda wanted to check that out and see how objectionable I find it. This looks like it could be fun as well. How did T-Rex sleep? What the okay. That's a good one. Okay, we have an old fail army. Maybe. Why Netherlands has few castles? I'm not sure if it's like a video for stream though. Maybe I could actually enjoy it, but I'm not really sure. Okay. Alright, well I think this will be enough for now. So then, hardest bosses of each year. If only I remembered which games were which years, so I could object. But basically the only thing I will be able to say is fuck you, he's not that hard or something. Okay, cut the music and let's see. Okay, I got nothing to say about that one. This, yeah, if you say so. I honestly don't fucking remember what came out in 2008, 7 though. I don't know, I feel like that is harder than this already. The Hunter in Dead Space. Okay, that is certainly not the hardest in that year. Like, come on, what the fuck? Bayonetta wouldn't know. This again. Sure, buddy. Orcinus Snow. Okay, Manus. Okay. Armstrong. Okay. Fume Knight. Was he just immediately? I mean, what does work is there is nothing said about the original DS2. That shit was fucking easy. Okay, bro is just safe playing this with Souls games, huh? Okay, Ishan did give yes. Like properly. Tyrant not so much. Yeah, I still should play that one. Okay. I don't know, man. It's like either objectionable or Souls games. And I feel like Souls games are also. Well, I mean, nah, probably not. Like, the old bosses from Souls games are kinda like easy-ish now, but I wouldn't. You know what I mean, okay. Like, they were hard when they came out. What's this?
If you had the chance to be born again, which region would you pick? If I choose C, then there's a good chance I'm born in the UK, and I don't know how I feel about that.
Okay, well, I am in D, so I'm not picking that. I mean, it's either C or F for like reasonable options, I would say.
If I choose D, then there's a good chance that I'm born on the Shetland Islands, which is also owned by the UK. If I choose B, then there's a good chance I'm born in Bermuda, which is a British territory. If I choose A, then there's a good chance I'm
Bro
born in the
really
British
doesn't
Virgin
want to be in
Islands,
UK, huh?
that means I have to be British. If I choose G, then I could possibly be born on the Falkland Islands, and that's also owned by the British. If I choose H, then there's a good chance I'm born on the British Indian Ocean territories. If I choose J, then I could be born in Antarctica, which is partially owned by the British.
God fucking damn it, man.
Islands, that's in Polynesia. And if I choose E, there's a chance I could be born in North Korea in a British embassy. If you had the chance to be
Okay. Damn, that was a good one. Do they have an embassy even? I wouldn't think so, but sure.
I'm paleontologist Hansus. Today I will be answering your questions from Twitter.
Okay, let's see about this. Dino support is crazy shit.
Kaji Sensuna asks, what's the scariest dinosaur? I think the scariest looking dinosaur would have been Spinosaurus, simply because it had this huge sail on its back. But I think here in the United States, the T-Rex is definitely the people's favorite. Here's part of a T-Rex tooth. The largest tooth, including the root, gets up to about 7 or 8 inches in length. These cutting edges are serrated.
Feels like it's not that big, honestly.
The whole prey. We have fossil droppings of T-Rex, and they show us that it ate the meat and the bones. It crunched up the bones, much like some big crocodiles do today. At Ricky Dells asks, scientifically and historically speaking, how do we know what dinosaurs sounded like? Surely the sounds the movies have taught us are just guesses. No? Well, indeed, they are just guesses. In fact, it's quite likely that dinosaurs were much quieter than people give them credit for. Birds sing, but most reptiles don't make much in the way of sounds except for hisses and grunts. So we think that dinosaurs would have done things like that, but certainly not.
Okay, but biggest thing hissing would probably still be somewhat loud, no?
When I die and go to heaven, first thing I'm asking God is, what did Jurassic Park get wrong? Jurassic Park was
Physics, apparently.
movie, not as a science documentary. The star of the
But also like, yeah, who gives a fuck?
Here is an actual skull of an adult velociraptor. The filmmakers decided that it looked too puny and they needed something bigger. Strangely enough, shortly after this was filmed, people found a really gigantic raptor out in Utah, and since then, other giant raptors have been found in South America and in Asia. So there were giant raptors around, but they were in fact much bigger than the ones in the movie. The movie claims that T-Rex
is fucked either way, okay.
by motion. In fact, when we study the brain case of a T-Rex, we find that it had very large olfactory bulbs, which are the part of the brain that picks up information from the nose. It had very large opening for the optic nerve, which is the nerve that transmits information from the eye to the brain. And it had a very complicated inner ear that allowed it to hear at least a wide range of low-frequency sounds. So it would have smelled the actors in front of its snout, and it would have been a very short movie indeed. At Emo Hair Augustin, how did the asteroid kill every dinosaur? Like, doesn't an asteroid hit like one general area rather than like...
I mean, it didn't. It's more like a climate change thing, no?
There's no flat Earth. The Earth is a sphere. What happened was when the asteroid happened to impact, it released the equivalent of 100 million megatons of energy. And
that sounds like a lot.
This huge asteroid, which was 6 miles in diameter, and this sent up a gigantic cloud of glowing material up into the atmosphere. This would spread around the world. We see this even today when a volcano erupts. Volcanic dust sweeps all around the world. Imagine a world where it suddenly is raining drops of molten glass.
That sounds fun.
And so basically every larger animal at that point died. And that's why the dinosaurs were wiped out probably within a matter of hours, at most a matter of days. At Lauren Berger asks, how do they know what color dinosaurs were? For many years, we really had no idea what color dinosaurs had. In fact, people sort of assumed that... Like
okay, so what the fuck changed?
Snakes, crocodiles, turtles, it would have been sort of greenish brown, and that's what you see in all of the old dinosaur books. However, in recent years, thanks to some remarkable discoveries in China, we actually found out what some dinosaurs looked like, and it was a real revelation. We found that some of the
Okay.
little feathered dinosaurs actually had color patterns as vivid as those in modern birds. There's a
And
dinosaur
how
called
the fuck do you
Taurong, and
figure
it had
that out?
beautifully iridescent feathers, so it would have looked like a big starling with nasty claws. So the dinosaur world was far more colorful.
Bro left out the most important part.
T6 Lee asks, so why were dinosaurs so big back then, but now animals are small? Scientists go. A lot of dinosaurs were big, but there were also small dinosaurs. In fact, there's one dinosaur that's barely over 2 feet long. Do you live in an environment where it's advantageous to be big for your particular mode of life? And there's some places on Earth where the rules are reversed. Often on islands, generally large animals become dwarfs. About 15 million years ago, a gigantic hedgehog lived on an island in what's now Italy. In other parts of the
Wait, that
Mediterranean,
sounds kinda
there were
awesome.
tiny elephants running around. That would have actually
No, it's
been
not so
our
much.
Australopithecus if we had been around at that time. Godstidis asks, how many species of dinosaurs are there? I want to know all of them. Right now, there are about 1,100 described species of dinosaurs other than birds. Even very conservative
Okay.
estimates put the number
That's
much higher, anywhere
not a
between
lot.
2,000 and 5,000. And there may have been even more. One important thing to keep in mind is we are much closer in time to a T-Rex than the T-Rex was to a Stegosaurus. We now have classified this myriad of species by looking at various parts of their skeleton. The most obvious part of the skeleton is the hip region. When you look at the T-Rex over my shoulder here, you can see a hip girdle that has 3 bones, with the front bone, the pubic, pointing downwards, whereas in the so-called bird-hip dinosaurs, which is unfortunately misnomer since they had nothing to do with birds,
Okay.
you get a hip region that has the pubic bone pointing backwards. There are many more subtle anatomical differences, but basically there are 2 large groups of dinosaurs, the lizard-hip dinosaurs, also called Saurischia, and the bird-hip
I guess the most fun question was the one on the fucking title.
That does not sit right with me for a dinosaur.
Are we getting to that anytime soon?
You can see this here on our Pride and Joy. Nobody really knows why T-Rex has tiny arms. It has been calculated that the arms were still strong enough to lift up to 600 pounds of weight. Earlier relatives of T-Rex still have longer arms. Other predatory dinosaurs actually get increasingly longer arms.
So if they're that strong, it's probably not because he wasn't using them, that's what you're saying?
Since when were pterodactyls not dinosaurs? Since ever. Dinosaurs and pterodactyls are related, but pterodactyls have nothing to do with dinosaurs. They have an early common ancestor, but they diverged in their evolution quite dramatically. Pterodactyls became flying creatures, wings very different from those of birds, whereas dinosaurs were mostly land-dwelling animals, and only a few forms later on evolved into birds, which have very different looking wings.
Alright, let's start skipping.
Asks the question of the day. Why did the early mammals and birds and fish, like sturgeon, etc., not become extinct?
Probably because they were smaller.
Question. Paleo, who would win in a fight, Camarasaurus or Anatotitan? Anatotitan and Camarasaurus lived at very, very different points in time. Anatotitan at the end of the Cretaceous period, about 66 to 68 million years ago, and Camarasaurus about 150 million years ago. My money would be on the Camarasaurus, simply because Camarasaurus got a lot.
I mean, if it was earlier, wouldn't you say that it lost?
Harry Buttcheek asks, what was the climate when the dinosaurs roamed? The world in which dinosaurs lived was generally a fairly...
Okay, fuck the climate.
How are fossils?
Fuck that.
Dinosaur feathers dinosaur scale, or did they have a lot of bird-sized feathers? The really gigantic dinosaurs, by and large, did not have feathers. We only know one really large tyrannosaur from China that lived in a very cold environment and had feathers. Most of the dinosaurs that we know that had feathers were animals up to maybe 5 or 6 feet in length, and they had bird-sized feathers. And we know this because the bones
Good to know.
bumps on them.
Smartest. Fuck that.
When did the first humans discover that there were dinosaurs? I really want to know.
Okay.
Who comes up with these dinosaur names? Like, what if a dinosaur were...
No one
Curled up,
cares.
roosting like a chicken, asking for a friend. T-Rex presumably crouch down, just like a lot of birds do when they're resting. However, we actually have found dinosaurs that were preserved in burrows, where they presumably were sleeping or at least hanging out, and some of them are kind of curled up.
Okay.
Paul Garcia, NBA asks, how did the Brontosaurus weigh 23 tons when it only ate plants?
No, very interested. Cold-blooded or warm-blooded?
How long did the dinosaurs live for? Weren't they around for like
Okay,
a million
think I got
years or something?
debated.
Well,
Fuck this
dinosaurs as a
shit.
group first show up 230 million years ago. Most dinosaurs went extinct
Right.
66 million years ago.
Let's
And of course that
try to see some more recommendations before we get to that one. Because I am not too excited about it. More history memes. I feel like we might skip on that. 10 out of 10 story games. Sure, buddy. Should I? Okay, fuck it, I'll buy it. Archaeology iceberg, what the fuck? Chess is when you make a dose infinity. What? That is a title, certainly. Okay, fine, let's open that one. CGI picked there, sure. Okay, fuck it, we'll check back later. Alright, 10 out of 10 story. Part 3, by the way, so probably not 10 out of 10 at all. Also, I maybe need to put the sound higher, but well, we'll see about that. Okay, no comments. That is, I mean, it's decent, but not 10. Uncharted, I don't know. Cyberpunk. I mean, I've had a few tries. That's it? Wow. Okay, that was a waste.
You will experience police brutality very soon. What kind of fortune is this? I'm halfway done with my second
Nice.
piece. 4 more to go. What you making? None of your business, given I don't know you, nor do I want to. Going for a walk. I've
Rude.
been casually tweeting from a different dimension for weeks now. Silent Hill. It took me way longer to
That is
realize
not
than it
Silent
should have
Hill.
that. It's not an invisible man walking his dog. $8 single ingredient.
Oh, wait.
It should
Okay.
that. It's not an invisible man walking his dog. $8 single ingredient cheese sandwich has 45 grams of protein. You're living. You occupy space and you have mass.
Okay.
You know what that means? You matter. This is the most when another grown-up that is not my parent is trying to get loud with me. POV. You're in agonizing pain in the US and someone threatens you with an ambulance. Don't do that.
Awesome.
Time to eat an entire sheet of tiramisu in bed. Yeah. Illness. How hard is it to not mess with minors? Are they that good? Are they that good?
I mean, with how many people you hear about doing it, one might just think so. I mean, seriously, man.
Brooke, why is your
That's
seatbelt
just
not on? No,
a
man.
lot.
Sometimes the feeling of a seatbelt can be overstimulating for some people. How overstimulating do you think it would be to be disfigured in a car crash, I wonder? Is it for losing weight or gaining? I made it purely for enjoyment. Doing stuff is so hard. Shout out
That's
to
a
anyone who
problem.
has done anything. Sorry for the PV pic before. That was pretty disrespectful. I was being in the mood and inconsiderate. I have my own demons to face. Please don't give this person a second chance. First, look
Alright.
at Woody and Buzz in Toy Story 5. Yep, that's them, alright. Why does Woody look really
I mean,
punchable?
yeah.
Woody, I used to love you, man. What have they done to you? Can't wait till gender is extinct, so baby showers will have banners like, "It's a Gemini!" Why would you celebrate your child being a Gemini? Not a celebration,
Indeed.
a warning. Weirdest thing that gets you angry? Incorrect username or password. Which one is it? By 35, you should have twice
I mean,
your
that would be
salary saved,
TMI, no?
according to retirement experts. Turns pockets inside out, 2 moths fly out. Oh no, my moths. Not gonna lie,
Yeah,
I
that's
get why we've been
about about
this
it.
for the last 30,000
I mean,
years.
I still
Why does
have a couple
Squidward's
years,
face
but
show more emotion than Elsa's? His paycheck. Every morning, I lick my big fat pill, and it heals all which ails me. I need a big fat pill like this. My sister bought a fan
Same.
that plugs into her phone, so when she takes selfies, it blows her hair. Just found the funniest chair
I
I've
mean,
ever seen.
how
This is
well could that tiny fucking thing possibly blow her hair? Like, will you even see it?
what Patrick Star would look like in Balenciaga. Why was he so upset about a broken plate? Just buy a new one, bro. That's what the whole show is about, idiot. Breaking equals bad. Every time I buy Tic Tacs, I pretend to be a pill-addicted housewife trapped in a hellish marriage with an evil CEO. Adventurer. There
Okay.
appears to be some sort of strange slimy
I mean, you
residue
need some
covering
fun
these
at
walls.
least.
I wonder what kind of creature could have caused this. The dastardly gelatinous cube. A crooked tree lives its own life, but a straight tree is turned into wood. Give yourself scoliosis and live off a disability. Called a PC repair guy about my
Honestly,
bias
promo.
scripting, and he said, let me guess, Black Ops 7, and then told me that 20 plus people have called him with the same issues. Screw you, Activision.
That's
The
a
reason
good
why
game.
I'm so scared to share my OC's lore. The OC's lore is so bad. I used to work at a bakery.
That's why I don't have any lore. I live in a cave, that's it.
And each time something looked a little bit off, I just ate it. My friends say they look like they're from a cartoon. Sandwich. Oh my god. How do I reassure him that a trip to the vet isn't the same as being abandoned at the shelter by lots of kisses and love? Man gets eaten by piranhas after drowning in a lake while escaping a bee attack. Man died a cartoon
What the
death.
fuck?
At 86, I
Yeah.
have acquired a new superpower. I can point around corners. This dude's finger looks
Ugh.
like Voldemort's wand. What have you been doing to make your finger
Wait, that's actually real.
bend like that? Can you even clench a fist? Math is so unserious, because what do you mean this number is imaginary? The limit doesn't exist. Well, mine does. Are you financially better off than your parents? Are things getting better or worse, objectively speaking, for newer generations? That's a good question. Let me go upstairs and ask them. I go into a lot of homes.
That's an
You guys would be
explanation.
surprised at how many people just sit in their house. That's it. That's their life. Bro's job is to go to people's houses at predetermined, pre-agreed upon times, and he can't believe that they're home when he arrives. Really? People are at their house living? It's really frustrating when you have to wait like
Okay.
2 weeks before you can drink milk after you buy it. I know you've got to wait for the date on the bottle, but like, why can't the store just sell the milk that's ready? I got 11 angry messages.
That's
Back in
a great
2014,
engagement, babe.
Los Angeles swapped 160,000 streetlights for LEDs. Relieved to see that the world did in fact used to be more orange and that I'm not going insane. This girl has been pouring wine in my cup
LA moved away from Mexico?
all day. I'm slowly losing consciousness, so if you don't hear from me, just stay out of it. I hope she robs you. There's an infertile guy out there who thinks he's got crazy pull-out game. When your dog attacks your ex because he slept with your closest friend and you get a tattoo to honor his loyalty. This is so funny because you can see that the dog is fully aware of what he did and he's proud of it. When you're a fast animal and slow hairless apes
Good
try
boy.
to run you down and kill you with primitive short-ranged weapons, they never get tired. They teamed up with the wolves. We needed to be nerfed. We were unstoppable back then. We're still unstoppable now. It's actually terrifying. I feel very bad for animals. Rest in peace everyone who died of cancer
I mean,
and
yeah.
everything else. I just did a mud run for cancer research. My brother died of everything else, so it means the world. Cheers, mate. Girls with long hair will literally leave little traces of themselves wherever they go, like feathers falling from an angel's wings.
Dude, my room feels like I have a cat. Which I don't, so yeah, I will.
Nothing humbles you faster than thinking it's Tuesday for 8 hours straight. I'm so confused how traffic is a thing because once you get to the front, there's nothing there. There should be a Sims, but like medieval. That would be dope as hell. Like imagine that. It'd be amazing. Such as The Sims Medieval. You're joking me. He knew it was funny. And he was
I
right.
mean, not
It's a
that I'm
pleasure.
interested
They're
by
out of
that,
cuties,
but
they
does
do
that
have
actually
tangerine.
exist?
What's the difference? Cuteness.
I'm
Eating a
not
temporary
interested enough to
snack while I
Google.
stand in front of the pantry trying to decide on a formal permanent snack. Forever a lover of sunlight on water. How this trying
Excuse
to
me,
decide
what?
on a formal permanent snack. Temporary snack while I stand in front of the pantry trying to decide on a formal permanent
What the fuck are you talking about?
Snack. Forever a lover of sunlight on water. How the cellulite and stretch marks look on your skin when you've accepted. I bought myself a container of these math-shaped blocks, and I'm having a very autistic evening and enjoying myself tremendously.
I mean, that
The
actually looks
scariest
fun.
place to be is the same place as last year. This hits extra hard if you were in a haunted house 1 year ago. Being mentally ill and being otherwise a perfectly logical person is so hard because what do you mean? You think I don't know my thoughts make no sense. I love it when I stump the IT guy. You thought this would be a quick ticket, just remote in, click one button and make me look like a fool. But alas, I have messed things up more than you could have imagined. But I don't like it when I've messed it up so much they can't do anything.
That's
And it's really bad. Accidentally sending winking instead of smiling and feeling like you've just offered them your body. How do I eliminate the desire to be loved? Hey guys, is it possible to eliminate the desire to be loved? I have come to the conclusion that it's a complete waste of time and just interferes with my ability to focus on what's important in my life. It's very simple. You just have to stop seeing other people as human for a long enough period of time. A mafia guy
Or
who
lose
has
hope.
really misunderstood, make it look like an accident, shouting whoopsie every time he fires the gun. I wish I was floating in a big glass tank full of neon green fluid while a bunch of guys in lab coats monitored my brain activity. You are king. You just don't know it yet. Unfortunately, I can't respond to your text because it stressed me out for no reason. And now it's been too long, so I'm just going to ignore it. Every
Fuck.
cop show. Damn, the serial killer is crafty, very smart and sneaky. Every true crime podcast. Despite dozens of complaints from neighbors, it took over a year for police to investigate the source of the foul odor.
That
Thing
is
sounds
true,
nice
though.
until you realize it's just reliving everything on purpose. Dentist. So, are you flossing? Me. Are you using a unique password for every account? I see you're still running
dude.
Windows 7. Not sure that's HIPAA compliant. Stay strong, Android users. Don't let those Apple users borrow your USB-C cables. Remember what they said about us. We're sorry. Imagine having a family Minecraft world that gets passed down and finding your great ancestors' builds from generations before you. Yeah, that exists in real life, and it's called the country you were born in. The other day I
Damn, dude.
interviewed for a job, and when I told them my salary expectations, they asked if it was negotiable. I said, yes, I'm always willing to accept more. Me, flirts. Me,
Good one.
flirted back. Me. That was not the image I meant to click. Good morning.
But also, I mean, I feel like them asking if it's negotiable is already kind of a good sign, no?
By the Daily Mirror. You are now listening to a 3-hour-old chick giving its opinion of things in general. These aren't even NPCs. Team Cherry just found 2 blokes chilling in the Australian outback and trapped their souls in the game. I always set 2 alarms. One for the person I want to be, and one for the person I actually am. I believe depression is legitimate, but
Okay.
I also believe that if you don't exercise, eat nutritious food, consume positive material, surround yourself with support, then you
Paraskip gets sunlight.
aren't giving yourself a fighting chance. An ancient Egyptian bead shaped like a curled up hedgehog. It's just a bull. Guy who invented the hand dryer. It's extremely loud, but get this, it also doesn't work. It's too loud. It's so loud where I just don't use it. I'd rather wipe my hands on my shorts. It's just, oh, it's
Okay,
so
that
loud.
part is real.
Diversity is our strength.
The
If I
shorts
owned a
part.
cafe, I would have this pictured as a guide for how much cream milk customers want in their coffee. Like, okay. And now select which color coffee you'd like. Guinea pig number 6, okay? The one on the left is just milk. A new capitalist nightmare just dropped. The job
That's
market
actually
is
a good
hell.
idea.
Young people are using ChatGPT to write their applications. HR is using AI to read them. No one is getting hired. Yeah.
I'm yawning a lot. This one is real, no?
Because no one's doing any work. Hi, I'm looking to buy a dumb appliance. Yes, a refrigerator with 0 computers in it. Can I pay extra for there not to be an app? My son, when I tell him to smile,
Honestly,
versus when I
real.
yell out, poop. Some guy was just buying me drinks at a bar, but putting them all on my tab. Screw you. If not safe for work content damages your brain and writing develops your brain, does writing not safe for work even it out? It should do by that rule, yeah. Which is stronger.
Probably.
Schools are removing analog clocks from exam halls as teenagers cannot tell the. Okay, this is actually bad. You should be able to read a clock. Holy. The lion texts them back in less than a minute
I
after
mean,
being left
yes,
on the
but
lid for a
also,
day. He
who
also
the fuck
sends them a
needs
full
it
paragraph.
anymore,
Yep, this is
so
the money tree. Don't
I don't
ignore
know.
it. And
Feels like they should be able, but fuck it. And then again, you say fuck it about enough things and you get here.
Tomorrow you'll get good news. I don't believe in posts like these, but I also don't like taking chances. How I look at my mum after she turns my light on to talk to me like I can't hear in the dark. Master has called Dobby a slur. Master has been cancelled. Dobby is free. Do you think this amulet pairs well with my eyes? That amulet is corrupting you. Take it off. You're all just jealous of my sick amulet. Ah, you're Schmeagol, huh? It's your precious. I paid $8.50 for this. Was it worth it? That establishment would know me on a first name basis.
Honestly, I wouldn't know American prices. It does look kinda nice though. That's all I can say.
Definitely worth it. You got a lot of food here. Rule number 1 of wound care. Ignore it. Do not. Rule number 2 of wound care. Go swimming in a pond or especially a public pool. Who are you? I hate being around people who mistake my childlike wonder as naivety or weakness. I am simply a war general who loves to giggle. Me trying to figure out why I just lied to someone when the truth was perfectly fine and acceptable to say. Me extremely burnt out. I need to take the day off to relax. Also me. I wonder if there is a way I could relax that would be more productive. Wait, if you're circling back and I'm touching base, who the hell is monitoring the situation? Your favorite yellow family is being rebooted in 2019. The amount of rage it takes for a Newgrounds artist to make a tweet like this could fuel the power grid of a small country. Why the hell does no one talk about the fact that depression and anxiety can give you major memory loss? We forgot about it. Let me in.
Ah, so that's what's happening. Huh. I'm not even joking right now. Shit.
Infringe you all to the world's most retired man. Henry, there's a rare bird in Bidford that I'm considering chasing. Can I spend the night tonight if I do? 3 lines for 100. Can't be that. Also, add a free line for existing customers. DM me your appointments. Like drugs? Ma'am, I work for T-Mobile. Having guy friends is crazy because I was crying and they told me to lock in and I did. You can add 1 more chess piece to the board. How does it move and what is it called? The bureaucrat. It can move to any unoccupied position on the board, but cannot capture pieces. It's just down there to get in the way and slow things down. Working hard, so our future wives can start a wine bar or bakery in the south of France that loses 25k a month. My grandma's key wallet that she used for 50 years. Stuff used to be so chic. Man, 2008 had some bangers. There was a financial crisis. Sorry, I was like 11, I only remember the bangers. The lonely I don't give a damn starts giving a damn late at night. My 11-year-old sister knit me a single Christmas sock. You'll get the other one on your birthday, she told me as she handed me the sock. I got tired and didn't want to make it. An iPhone 12 in 2025 is crazy. I stopped knowing the difference between iPhones the day I started paying rent. Told my 56-year-old coworker.
I just never had known the difference in general.
That I'm a bit antisocial, and he said, yeah, I noticed that about you. You don't necessarily light up a room. I'm actually really fun once you get to know me. Takes 3 to 4 years. Person 1. Hey, did you go see the new Holy Infant? I did. What's he like? So tender and mild. What? I can't believe you guys are open today. I hate when customers say, why they got you guys working here on holidays? Bro, because you're here. They act like they care. Really, they don't. My 7-year-old can't believe that police don't go to law school. The whole job is the law. That doesn't make sense. Obviously, kid, go to bed. I had to take a picture of these tulips to make sure I wasn't going insane, but they actually were that vivid. They make the whole street look grey. Oh, to be in the presence of something that makes everything around it look dull. Okay, ma'am, that'll be $226. I take my wallet out of my pocket and fold it. It is empty other than a single moth that lazily flies out. The moth lands on the tap point of the card reader. There's a beat, and my payment is processed. The moth flies back into my wallet and I put it back in my pocket. So you put a chip reader in a moth.
Well, that's actually a sick idea.
Understands what its purpose is. Is this ethical? National teacher shortage is a fun way of saying that the USA has made a passion-driven job so ungodly in hospital that even people who just care about teaching, not the money, don't even care about teaching anymore. I keep telling people that a vanilla soy latte is technically a 3-bean soup, but nobody understands. They just nod and smile like I'm the crazy one. You're gonna hit every cone on the interstate before I let you merge.
Okay, I mean that was kind of good.
That sign 2 miles ago, just like we all did. And this is how car accidents happen. I have been obsessed with the phrase, I don't deserve flavors, for weeks now. Failed my driver's test today. I'm 26 years old. I can't hold a job. I can't get laid. I can't even drive. I don't deserve flavors. Dude.
Fuck. Why are so many of these making me even more depressed?
You don't even deserve food, old lady. I swallowed a fly. Bird. Why are you, old lady? And a spider. Why are you opening my cage? Your tattoos will look dumb when you're older. Buddy, I look dumb right now. My tattoos have a lot of catching up to do. When you ask what it's like living in a small town in the Bible Belt, I give you Exhibit A. Not Hellboy, Heckboy. Words do have power. To any
Nice.
deity in particular. Hi, I've brought bad alcohol, 2 electric candles, a chocolate bar, my many issues, and an undying love for you. Can you help me unscrew myself? At the bar, eating milk and cookies, just how God intended. I could do with some milk and cookies right now. Cookie, dip it in the milk. Your feelings are valid. Does not necessarily mean. Your reaction is an appropriate response to what just happened. Technology has gone too far, man. My roommate is logged out of his light bulbs because he forgot his password. Don't send her that text message. She's gonna audibly sigh
that's
when
real.
she sees your name. Go to bed. Hey, you don't know that. Me, when I start liking someone, but remember I have the easily addicted gene and severe attachment issues. It's so over. That man is playing MGS in chronological order. Well, let's hope he doesn't play Metal Gear Survive then. You flatter, caveman, after seeing his friend get crushed by a boulder. Oh, me sad. Me tell village. The reason why it's so important to humanize villains is not so that you can condone their actions. It's so you realize that, given the right circumstances, you could become a villain too. And that is what some people cannot. Guys, I'm a villain. Every day with each meme video passing by, I become darker and darker, more evil. Why does Amazon tell me? Only 2 left in stock. Order soon. You order soon.
But just
You're
on
the
the span
store.
of this
It'll say
video.
luxury apartments, and the luxury is just having a black refrigerator. Dude, yes, I
Okay,
love
that's
sleep
true.
deprivation and phone time. Modern society is so divorced from our food sources that most people who eat Pop-Tarts have never actually killed one out. have never actually killed one themselves. Oh, Amy, and you know what a Pop-Tart is before it's been killed? I don't think you do. I know people who have killed Pop-Tarts. They're not even called Pop-Tarts. That's their English translated name. This is so stupid, but so awesome. Nothing stupid, just awesome. Summarizing Star Wars for those who have never watched
Yeah.
it. Anakin, I'm happy being a space monk. Space monks can't have the deed. I'm going to end all the space monks. 70 years of intergalactic
And he
war.
was
Show up
right.
at work like, hi boss, sorry I'm late. I was helping my mother track down one specific 90s dungeon crawler for the purposes of obtaining a muffin recipe the developer hid in the files. Anyway, shout out to Stonekeep. My wife
What
doesn't
the
want to install
Fuck.
muffin recipe.
Okay. I mean, that's not even anything. You know, like, not even anything special.
The developer hid in the files. Anyway, shout out to Stonekeep. My wife doesn't want to instill her fear of spiders in our kids, so she calmly reports them to me like some kind of mafia boss. Babe, there's a situation near the sink. I need you to take care of it. No loose ends. I want proof when the job's done. What's weird about this though is that it doesn't work because neither my dad or mum are scared of spiders, and I would always freak out when I saw them. Even as a kid, I think I must have been 7 at the time, 8. One of my birthday parties was just being with a bunch of reptiles and spiders, but I'm still scared of spiders
Okay, that sounds cool, but also, excuse me?
and tarantulas. I don't know. If I ever go missing, check the last meme I reposted. It's probably a cry for help disguised as a punchline. Maybe for you, Sean, but not me. Some memes at the end of my videos have been crazy.
Nah, I'm with that guy. Okay, what else do we have? Okay, then we're not getting lucky here. Okay, fuck it. Let's check this one out. Indeed.
Oh my god, you just lost a wheel.
Oh. That's kinda what you get. Bro is not cooking. That's not great.
Oh my god.
Been there. Jumps again. Real. Okay, that's an interesting fucking situation.
Get out of the shower. Woo! Wow! Wow, that was close!
Okay. A lot of just, maneuvering going on. That's not great. I would be breaking right about now. Or more like 10 seconds earlier. Ouch. Damn.
Holy crap, John.
Yeah. Damn. Never seen anything like that, I mean, I don't know. Not sure how to feel about that. Ow. Okay, here I'm jealous. Here I'm not. Bro is suicidal. Nice. Ow. Damn. That was kinda cool. And it's not even a Tesla.
Watch out!
Did you get it?
Oh, of course I got it.
Yeah, that was the right question. What? Ah, fuck, almost. Okay. Oh, right, a lot has happened in there. Bro has science for any situation. Okay. Now. That's what happens when you're an idiot. You know, it would be nice of him to, like, take at least a step back before dropping it, you know? I know it's heavy and shit, but come on, man. A lot of that going on. I'm actually getting jealous. What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Bro was really tired of waiting, I guess.
Hi, I'm Timo Shaw. Oh, wait. What? Yeah, this is not good. This is not good, honey.
That's self-control, if anything. What the fuck? Shouldn't have. Nice. Not nice.
Oh, you good? Yeah. It's cool, bro. Holy!
Not so cold now, huh?
Oi, 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 oi.
Sometimes when it's like a truck or something big, you just sit there like, Maybe it would be better if it hit. More fun at least. Wait, what happened there? Ah, for fuck's sake. Who the fuck thought it was a good idea instead of like how controls were before? Where like, you know, side arrows are for the video, up and down for sound. Who the fuck decided it's a good idea to make the arrows just interact with whatever you pressed last? Like, fucking hate that shit. Also, hey man, how you doing? Ah. Okay, nothing happened, Bros Dildo just exploded. Ah. Okay, that is Russian. I'm fine. Tired as fuck, so I'm just watching videos, but fine. Okay, this entire video is like either people turning like idiots or lightning striking nearby. I feel like it's half the video between just those two. Case in point.
She called her doctor and was like, listen, I have pre-appointment December 1st, and it's, Brandy, careful! Brandy, careful! Brandy, careful! Brandy, careful! Brandy, I've never seen you do that. I see myself! Oh, no.
Alrighty. Documentary full force. No, not even heard of it. What's it about anyway? Ah,
It's so narrow. Look at that.
I mean, why would you even try doing it? A lightning again? Ouch. Right, well, someone is suicidal. Still not moving them. Wait. Wait, what? What the fuck is this? Bro is not in our system. Okay, bro is in a different solar system, but still Russian. That happens. Damn, made it. Okay, fat guy who lives in American town in middle of nowhere, a YouTuber also, and became a bit famous doing lightsaber battles shirtless. Okay, I definitely haven't seen the documentary, but I think I might have seen the guy.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Whoa. Holy.
Fuck. Nah, that's not great.
Wow. Jesus.
And nobody cares.
That's what I was worried about. Hitting me and I steered it into this.
Like, just driving in that weather wasn't enough. Okay, dudes are struggling with physics. Physics wins. Smooth? I'm not sure about that, but actually, speaking of longer ones, I was thinking about maybe doing some internet historian video. What the fuck was that move?
I wouldn't go that way for a little while. Coming this way, so if you stay out here and let
Or maybe you don't stay out here. Oh. I guess that's what he was going for. Oh, fuck. Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
So good. Watch where you're walking. Watch where you're walking. Watch where you're walking.
Fuck. That's not great. That is not what I expected here. But honestly, the place looks like a safety hazard in every possible way, so why not? Okay. Alright. So, let's see if there is anything catching my attention in the recommendations, and then actually I do want to check some. No, wait. Not internet historian. I haven't seen Maxar's last video yet. And then maybe internet historian. Okay, weaponsmith. Silencers allowed. Unlimited ammo. How the fuck is unlimited ammo a weaponsmith? Like, it's just a cinema thing, man. Kinda same with dodging bullets. Like, what is a myth there? You can't really do it, that's about it. Okay. That is a cool die though. Okay. Fine, let's do this. Then Maxar, then Internet Historian. We have a plan.
Hey kids, I just woke up from a nap I took in January of 2020, and boy are my arms tired. Let's see what I missed. Queen's dead, war in Ukraine,
That's a feel.
Taliban's back. What is... Holy shit. They made a movie called Scoob. Unprecedented global pandemic, Space Jam 2, some popular guy named Brandon. Yep, that just about covers it. Anyway, we all know about the scientific names of animals, but did you ever wonder what they actually mean? To find out, we must look to taxonomists. They're the guys responsible for the systems of nomenclature we use to classify organisms, and boy are they convoluted. First you got the big 8, domain, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. I've seen plenty of mnemonic devices for this, but since the D just showed up in the 90s and is still disputed by some scientists, he's usually not included. So allow me to suggest a few.
So people were living without ideas before 90s?
Pushing cups over, feeds growing spite. Donkey Kong's fucking serendipitously. The way this whole thing works differs slightly
Yeah,
depending
that
on
was a
which
better
kingdom you
one.
pick. So today we'll be sticking to the animal one, cause that one's the coolest and I'm in it. So what constitutes each taxon is pretty arbitrary. They basically just serve to act as another set of branches in the tree that taxonomists build. The one exception is species, which is generally defined as any group of animals that can have babies with each other that aren't sterile freaks. Mule, liger, zedonk, skunk ape, they can live fulfilling lives, but they're all shooting blanks, so they don't count. On the other hand, in our innumerable trespasses against God, we can make things like chidandanes, which actually work, so dogs are dogs are dogs. Besides species, though, it's the
Okay, but how does that work in the conception part? Without Chihuahua being ripped in half.
Wild West in here. Plenty of times, 8 tiers isn't even enough for scientists, so they just stick new sublevels in between. Legions, cohorts, tribes, series, divisions, and if you want to keep going, you can throw all kinds of prefixes on any of these for even more layers. There's even subspecies, which the more pedantic of you may think to yourselves that creating names for subspecies at all kind of undermines the single somewhat agreed upon definition in the whole tree. To that, my friends,
Maybe.
taxonomists say, But while that's pretty complex, the actual names themselves are pretty easy to wrap your head around. Though taxonomists may hide behind their fancy Greek and Latin, the Vulgate is no substitute for wit. Now, I've scraped through the scientific names of a load of species, and most of them can be split into a few categories. The simplest ones are the animals that already have names in Greek or Latin. It's a lion, I'm calling it Leo. Done. Tiger, it's a tigris. Cat, it's a catus. Easy. Multi-word names can be translated the same way. For the golden eagle, we got Aquila chrysaetos. Gold eagle eagle. They decided to be a show-off and do eagle in Greek and Latin. Essentially the same
Oh,
though.
so
But if a
that's how it
species
is.
too specific
I
or
was just
exotic for a
about to.
one-to-one translation, that's when you gotta get a little creative. A lot of the time, inspiration comes from just giving the creature the old once-over and pointing out some cool-looking body part. Generally, the more distinct of an identifying feature it is, the more likely it'll get in the name. For example, Homeboy took one look at this thing and said, "Yup, red triangle slug. I'm going on break." We call this thing a
Fair.
fucking unicorn, almost like that means one horn or something. Also, some guy deadass looked at an octopus and said, well, all they got is heads and feet. I'ma call them headfoot. And now biologists everywhere say cephalopod unironically. Matter of fact, if it's got feet, chances are that's part of its name somewhere. You got 4 feet, 6 feet, 8 feet, 10 feet, 2 feet, equal feet, both feet, double feet, stomach feet, lip feet, sucker feet, wing feet, big feet, slow feet, or feet, both feet, joint feet, no feet, 10,000 feet, cow's feet, spade feet, cat feet, small feet. If it doesn't look that interesting, another thing to point out is where you found
Nice.
it. This could be a territory like American bear or Siamese crocodile, or just a habitat like woods macaque or toilet rat. But that's boring. We need to look at the men behind the magic and what drives and
Well,
motivates them. Now, if
toilet
there's one thing
rat
that the
is just
scientific
mean.
community loves, it's clout. And there's no better way to go down in history than plastering your own name on some shit you found. But not all fields have the same volume of things to scribble the old John Hancock over. On the one end, you got physicists just making up their own slightly different form of ionizing radiation measurement, and even then only the top dogs got away with it. Now zoology, any little goober flouncing through the underbrush can say, this one has 13 spots, but the one in the book's only got 11. I will call him Splinkus's ladybird. Alternatively, plenty of biologists have given shout-outs to
Yeah,
their
that's about it.
contemporaries, both other biologists and those across the academic gamut, from geologists to physicists to explorers and more. Naturally, Darwin's got a shitload, but even the background characters get immortalized one way or another. Who are Thomson, Grant, Summering, Erlanger, Speke, and Cuvier? I don't know, but they've all got gazelles, so they must be pretty cool. Of course, other times the name checks go to people who had fuck all to do with anything except for one taxonomist being a fan of theirs. Plenty of popular celebrities have species named after them, but since all the big cute stuff was found and branded a while ago, most of these idols are commemorated through repulsive little invertebrates. You got Scaptia, Beyonce.
Honestly,
the
fair.
only similarity I can gather here is queen bee. It looks like a bee, both not a real bee. There's Anomphilus gregarius, an old stone named after an old stone. In
Yeah, they kinda look
2007,
similar.
one Jason Bond, a professor of biology at UC Davis, dubbed this little dude Myrmecia Neil Youngie to honor his favorite musician, which caused my man Stephen Colbert to go on TV and profess his utter indignation at not having a spider named after himself. So naturally, the next year, Bond actually went on the Colbert Report to announce the naming of apostachus Stephen Colbert. So, if that gives any
Yeah,
of you epic
they look the
biologists out
same
there
again.
any ideas, you know, I wouldn't be opposed. Please, I would do anything. For the love of God, I'll even take a liken. The world of politics is by no means immune to this phenomenon. Obama alone has fucking 9, as do a load of other
Okay, so which one is the most accurate? Also, what the fuck is like... Okay, this is some kind of worm, I'm assuming. Is my cursor even on stream? But like, yeah, the white thing on the right. Now this is it like some shit growing on the rock? I'm not even... What the fuck?
Presidents. Trump's got a moth with funny hair, Bush has a fungus beetle, Reagan's a wasp, Carter's got a darter, and so forth. Even Austria's most famous painter got the honor through this blind cave beetle. Mind you, it was 1933, so you can only blame the guy a tiny bit. Hitler actually wrote him a letter saying, "Oh, thank you, my little entomolomensch," and then went on to do, Hitler things. Fun fact, not only was this beetle stuck with just about the worst name you could have, it's also now facing extinction solely because of its value to Nazi memorabilia collectors. Guess old habits die hard. Oh, fictional characters have their fair share of species under their belt. On the topic of evil beetles, this one's named after Darth Vader because he kind of looks like his helmet, I guess. This was actually named by the same guy who did the Bush one and belongs to the same genus. There's also this mite, genus Darth Vaderum, which is a lot more accurate and frightening. In 2012, a single bone from above the eye socket of a hitherto unidentified theropod dinosaur was being studied. And suddenly, under the light of the full moon, the guy working with the specimen had his neck covered with hair and his lips clench into a pog and his endocrine system fill with soy, and he said, "It's just like the eye of Sauron." And then he started chewing on Funko Pops and sweating cream of me and snorting G Fuel and shitting D20s everywhere until the prostate stimulation made him. The dino's genus is now Sauroniops from Sauron.
Yeah,
the
that would
was
explain
named
it.
after Godric Gryffindor because it looks like the Sorting Hat. SpongeBob has not a sponge, but a fungus. The legendary birds from Pokemon each have their own, you guessed it, beetle, and the list goes on. Scientists are nerds. Who knew? Anyway, while this all seems kind of chaotic, there is some method to the madness. One rule is the principle of priority. This states that once somebody publishes their chosen name for a species for the first time, that's the name, and other taxonomists typically can't change it. This has led to plenty of misnomers coined by whoever got their foot in the door first, particularly in the case of the guys doing this stuff before we had the luxury of genetic analysis. Here's one.
Particularly in the case of that fucking Hitler bug, I would say.
Shining cat, coined in 1825. To be fair, they're actually about as close to cats as they are to actual pandas, so whatever.
Yeah, and shiny cat is definitely a better name.
Sure. Native? Only off by around half a globe, where literally all hot peppers came from. This principle holds true even if someone thinks they found a new species, only to later discover that it was already named. For example, in 1824, one John Edward Gray documented the plain zebra, calling it Equus burchellii, or Burchell's horse, named after a renowned naturalist of the day. Little did he know, back in 1785, some other douche classified this character as the quagga. The last quagga died in a Dutch prison in 1883. So, why
sucks
do we
for
care?
him.
Well, in the 2000s, scientists decided to scrape some gunk off a dry quagga pelt and study its DNA. And from that, they realized, wait a minute, apparently this guy and zebras could have, made a little plaid in the hay together. So technically, they're one species. And today, they're both called quagga. Sounds kind of asinine, but then again, so does asinus, and that worked out fine. Just to maintain the distinction, the extinct subspecies was renamed quagga, so you know it's the real quagga. This double naming convention has been done with a lot of subspecies, in fact. Wild horse, spotted panther, or my favorite, gorilla. Just like, yeah, it's the gorillest gorilla that ever gorilla.
Or Homo sapiens sapiens, for that matter, no?
Also states that the names of all taxa have to be unique. So if two people coincidentally name any taxon the same thing, the older one gets to stay, and the new one gets the boot. Like if you saw a genus called echidna, you'd think it was, an echidna, right? Well, no, that'd make too much sense. For a while it was true, from 1797 to 1811. Then it was pointed out that someone else already called a genus of moray eels echidna back in 1788, so the real echidna had to be changed to Tachyglossus, or quick tongue. Then a decade later, a dude did the same thing for a genus of vipers.
Well, that's a nice name, though.
People discovered the same thing, and they were renamed to Bitis, cause they bit us. That one at least made a bit of sense, given that the original echidna from Greek mythology was half lady, half snake, but who cares at this point? Anyway, I've just barely scraped the surface of all the goofy names out there, so feel free to post more down below. That's all I've got for now. Till next time, I'm Salmonella.
Okay, let's check comments. Ah, fuck, I'll be in the way. Okay, there is nothing good in the comments, I don't think. Right. Okay then. I guess since it's Maxor video, I will probably not even have time to react to shit, but we'll see. Also, fuck, 32 minutes. And with his editing style
so as
too.
a few of you might already be aware, I am a big fan of this game called Elden Ring. Ladies, please attempt to form an orderly queue. And yes, while it has been fun for the past few years getting chokeslammed to death by Mesmer the Impaler for the 15th time in a row, I couldn't help but look upon my 2,000
Just
hours of
15?
gameplay and think, you know what's missing from this epic fantasy adventure? Friend slop in Fortnite. I can't believe it. That's insane. This works out so well for making a new Maxor video. But don't let appearances fool you. What Elden Ring Night Rain actually ended up being for me was the perfect medium to facilitate e-dating on the internet. And I am making this video to explain exactly
Well played.
how that works.
Yeah, I think bro hates women.
Bro doesn't have a central nervous system. Because more than your skills at dodging, navigation, or maintaining a stable frame rate, absolutely none of that is going to matter if none of the boys have actually purchased the video game, which, as I am apparently told, is one of the requirements on the Steam store. You hate me.
Yeah, that's a bit of a
I am
problem.
playing Night Rain by myself because you hate me. So, left with no other options to play this game with the boys, I was forced to call in the girls.
Yo, what's up? Scratched my balls this morning. I'm really sad about my wife leaving me, but it's okay, because, you know, the NHL is coming back. I'll be good.
16 of the girls, actually, and all of them are virtual YouTubers, which, if you didn't know, is basically when you make a career out of pretending to be a cartoon on the internet and your primary audience is usually very lonely men. Also, if any of this seems at all unusual to you, don't worry. I don't know how this became my primary friend group either, but if I have to endure even one more second of white woman daycare, I am going to crash out and kill myself. It is unusual, and it's unusual for a reason. So, with all of that qualifying information finally
I mean,
out
I
of the way,
have nothing
let
to
me be
add.
the first one to show you why the most important skill to enjoy Elden Ring Night Rain is the ability to speak to women. Did I also mention that this game is really fucking hard, and why this funny soul slop is the perfect place to torture random internet women to death? Also, random internet men sometimes, it's just that I happen to play with a lot of women due to the formation of the psychological complex. So before I get into the weeds of my personal experience with this game, you must first understand that Elden Ring Night Rain, Shadow of the entire Earth, because that is how nighttime works, is a game cooked up by 14 Japanese interns with a collective budget of 50 of God's own American cents and an engine that was glued together out of sandpaper and rocks. On my PC! All with the
So it's
singular,
like
indescribably
Dark
important
Souls
goal of
2
making the
too?
ultimate high-stakes cooperation friend slop game that is so difficult and obtuse to run by yourself that it will effectively harass the Japanese population into making friends and one day procreating. Because the existence of the term friend slop implies the existence of a friend gem. Meaning, in short, that this game only had the budget for 8 original bosses, and the entire rest of the opposing team is either directly copy and pasted slugs and old people from the previous game, which you may have heard about from the various videos of a famous YouTuber. I had no idea you could be here, dude. That's crazy.
I mean, it's not even
It's
one
just like my
previous game.
favorite game, Elden Ring. As well as giving you the opportunity to soy face the funniest reused assets that From Software could afford that day. What summons that? I'm sorry, what? I didn't know this is in the fucking game.
And why is she so small though?
Oh my god, just don't be
I'm gooning. I'm gooning right now. I'm actually gooning. Many of which can be kind of difficult sometimes.
Oh no! No! Nameless King! Oh my god, it's my favorite boss! Yeah! I love him! He's gonna kill me!
Sir, it is such an honor to meet you.
Honestly,
I
valid.
always wanted to Sekiro bear you. So on a very basic level, this game is actually 5 different games inside of a trenchcoat, and there is no underlying reason for any of this to exist at all. Just like there is no reason to continue being friends with this many mentally ill women.
Sorry about that. I got excited.
And yet, just like the experience of life itself, Night Rain will continue to throw random bullshit at you until you die a very bad, not good, extremely painful, cock-twisting, and bone-exploding death. Ah, that killed me instantly! And if you are
That sounds
experiencing all
about
this for
right
the
though.
first time because you love watching the insane YouTuber you are siphoning money off of with your progressively obsessive reaction content with a very sexy voice, and also you wish he was your boyfriend and you need to message him if that is the case, I have a plan to combine our income streams. There is no need to worry, because this game is going to be moving so breakneck fast that you are going to be having as little time to actually observe anything as anyone that has actually played it. Holy shit, there are so many
I mean,
particle
that's
effects in this
about what I
goddamn
expect
game.
here.
Louie, I can't even see the fucking boss right now. What are you doing? For you see, the single most valuable resource in Night Rain is always going to be your time, which, as you may know from experience, is a very easy resource for streamers to waste.
I made my screen zoom in
Okay,
so much.
this time I
like
feel
it.
cold
This
out.
is due to the persistent influence of a continually shrinking storm that takes a great deal of navigation and precise movement to successfully evade.
I literally see on the map as you like turn around back and forth over and over again, just like, where do I go, where do I go?
You know what's crazy? Alicia pinned the direction to go and she still went the opposite way. I saw you pin that and then I saw you turn a full 180. Watch for the ravine.
Don't
please.
fall into the
Watch
Minecraft.
I
ravine.
used
Stay
to know
out of the
someone
Minecraft
like
ravine.
that.
Ravine, Alicia.
So yes, while this certainly is not the first game where you have to navigate a demented and hostile world filled with demonic children, while the concept of weather slowly restricts you until you have to fight a disabled Albanian orphan for the victory royale, but this one is somehow even more schizophrenic. Each game of Elden Ring Night Rain consists of 2 days and 3 nights, with each day giving you about 15 minutes to accomplish a 60-minute gauntlet before eventually closing in on you and forcing you to defeat whatever the developers felt like that day. Back away, back away, back away, back away, back away, back away, back away.
Nope. Real men don't back off. I'm dead.
All for the opportunity to take on and eventually overcome one of the many Night Lords, which you really want to be ready for because the next attempt is going to take you 1/60th of an entire work week, so do not fuck this up for me. What are you crying about, Yui? Isn't
Yeah,
this
that
fun?
doesn't sound great.
Leading to the main avenue of gameplay being to identify a location, run past every single enemy directly into the boss because he's the only one that actually drops loot, then wonder why the boss is really difficult, why you are still level 2, and why everything in the game seems to instantly kill you. Oh, Jesus Christ! I hate pages so goddamn much. Because this game is not about if you can kill somebody, but how much time you are potentially wasting by not killing them extremely fast. Okay, gang, come on, beat his fucking ass.
Alright, so this alone experience is helpful.
The real challenge is having
Gotcha.
the wisdom and patience to not even begin to try. Oh, no, we're not fighting that. We're not fighting that. We're not fighting that. We're not fighting that.
Who did?
Wait.
I want to fight it.
He's cracked.
He's cracked.
Please, let's try it once.
fighting
Let's
it?
try it once. Listen,
He's
listen
such a
to
bastard.
me.
Oh, he does so much damage.
Beat him up.
Oh, I got Saru!
Red monster! Red Sunny! What?
So when your teammates start biting off significantly more than they can chew from a boss that was never meant to be killed by humans, if you need me, I'm going to be in the basement fight really quick. Nope, never mind. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. You are going to have to revive them, which is primarily done by beating the shit out of your down teammates with hammers and actually whipping them so fiercely and so intensely that they
Well,
become
that's
more
like a
afraid of
good
your
idea.
physical abuse than the enemy that they are actually supposed to be fighting. I don't like that I have to wait
You
you
know,
guys
it
to get
just
back up.
feels
The whips and
nice.
chains are a vital part of Elden Ring's boss design, okay? And for those of us who don't have the power to beat off their friends, that is okay. Verbal abuse will also get the job done just as well. Get the fuck up! Get the fuck up! Get the fuck up! Get the fuck up! This leads me to the point that proper communication and teamwork in Night Rain is always going to be more important than any concept of personal skill, which is something that you tend to learn really well after being tied to 2 very heavy anchors, and realizing with an uncomfortable clarity that you will have to negotiate with those anchors in order to drag them kicking and screaming to victory. Which is why when the castle happens to spawn the gigantic artillery trolls, we respectfully communicate to the VTubers that they are no longer allowed to go there at night.
This place about to blow.
Ow, you fucking asshole. Making this the perfect game to play with incoherent screaming women, while simultaneously allowing you to pretend that you are better than them when you are very much not, and proceed to get infuriated when they point out that my routes always seem to end with them regularly
That's
dying because
like
it would make very good content for my
every
upcoming
team
video.
game.
I'm sorry, that was like a really hype moment. I did that for aura farming, but like I can't win actually. I've been fucking with you this whole time.
Essentially leading to a situation in which the developers have declared war on any form of skill expression that does not require a sextant and does not consist of the map that being out for half of the entire playthrough, which makes routing all the more frustrating when the game decides that the entirety of day 2 is going to be spent getting a completely useless ability that you absolutely do not need by running through the evil-ass radiation woods filled with massive Peruvian bullet ants and the semen shrimp, what the fuck am I writing in my script, only to discover that the power that we receive from this is identical to a bonus that I can already swap in before the game even begins. Somebody please
That's like quintessential Souls experience, though.
That's right, because as part of that aforementioned routing, Night Rain features all of its challenges on a robust pseudo-random map that seems to have a very patchy approach to the concepts of quality and balance. Just like my videos.
That's again quintessential Souls experience.
Dungeons, or the presence of an entire night city, made up of many different routes through a fantastic and beautifully designed dungeon complete with merchants, environmental hazards, bosses, weapon cloning, and the ability to fight Marble God, while other maps contain daring dives to the bottom of a treacherous magma chasm, where the most perilous of falls are merely moments away.
Ah, the fat guy, man. Oh, I got gravitas.
Followed naturally by the completely undesigned mountain for some reason that is comprised entirely of incidental Yeti encounters and the dragon that makes you cold. What the fuck is going on up here? What the fuck is going on up here? Run away now. We're not killing this guy. Run away now. No. So anyways, I tried to run away from him and it didn't work out.
Fucking
no, wait, no, it's another one. No. Sir, a second ice dragon has hit the fucking earth tree. Turn on the TV. Not to be confused with the other dragon that makes you cold, because this one currently lacks his HVAC certification.
Well, I'd say that went well. That was a good team building exercise.
I mean, the game is called Elden Ring, so it should have like 100 dragons.
Defeat the dragon that you have already killed. He keeps doing that. He keeps doing it! And providing an extremely strong frost buff for my pure holy damage build, because this Night Lord is fucking immune to frost damage. But listen to me, okay?
Nice.
If quality was always related to being entertaining, then my entire channel would not exist. So what's actually special about Evil-Ass Murder Mountain is not the obtuse layout, disappointing bosses, or even the frame rate, but the group therapy session that it required in order for us to finally bond as a family.
We just tried to climb Mount Everest, and we're just like one of the many families that like their bodies are still there, and it's just like, well, we had fun.
I am never going back to the mountains ever again, dude. Holy shit.
But it's so fun.
You're telling me you didn't enjoy our time on our family field trip?
Oh, I'm sorry it wasn't the perfect vacation for you.
Stop yelling! So if there's anything that I learned from playing this with an unhealthy amount of streamers that keep forgetting what is in the game.
The circle of flame is coming.
Ooh, there's a storm?
Oh my god, it's just like Fortnite. It is that these bitches really like to go to the casino. Like, my standard way of slipping into their DMs is talking about fucking Uma Musume Pretty Derby. I really like Ketis on Black. Comment on this video if you're a member of the Black community. And this game, much like a casino or Uma Musume Pretty Derby, is designed specifically to fuck you over and ruin your entire run in unrelated but completely random ways, while making sure to provide you a variety of strategies to hopefully pretend that you are actually influencing the outcome. Stop blaming me for hoarding all the katanas as the big bird, okay? We just had bad church spawns.
It'll be fine. Trust.
Okay.
Ouch.
With the first method of influencing the outcome being our choice between a roster of age-unique characters, which is the choice that massively increases the randomness of the game by significantly narrowing down our list of desired outcomes and focusing our efforts on depriving each other of our own class's desired weapons. I'm really sorry, Keith, but this bow has like a good passive. I really need that 17% less likely to be targeted. With each class having a specific weapon and ability preference that necessitates the reenactment of the triangle trade every single time a weapon is dropped. When you open your inventory to look at it, is it yellow?
Uh-huh.
That is a legendary greatsword. I am the class that uses greatswords.
Well, sucks to be you, bro.
Sounds like you really could use this sword then, huh?
And for the most straightforward experience, whenever there is an archer on your team, simply keep every single bow in your inventory and then claim that you need their passives in order for your build to work. He is going to believe you, because this is the kind of game that doesn't like to explain what stats every person has, doesn't like to explain what stats each weapon has, doesn't like to explain what custom movesets each character has, does not explain how the magic damage of a magic greatsword scales and how strong
Souls
you are,
experiences
and
yet
definitely
again.
does not like to explain how you are supposed to build anything or anyone. Are you using your level 1 weapon, Sunny? Sunny, we're going to fight Nameless King. Fortunately for the VTubers, though, most of the classes are pretty self-explanatory. Like the guy with a bow, the guy with a landmine strapped to his chest, as well as the guy with a highly disruptive rock.
Okay.
What have you done to the boss? Who, every time he summons that rock, screams like Skylar just misplaced the money he had stored and he is currently having issues locating it. And also, a hawk too. While some other classes are either extremely difficult to execute, provide negative synergy, or are complete nightmares to actually build and play. Such as in the case of this stupid little bitch, who is a faith-based summoner class in a game where absolutely no melee weapons actually scale with that, because I strongly believe that this game is bullshit, and spends about half of the entire game waiting for her summons to actually attack the enemy. Oh my god, this motherfucker killed Sam.
That's what you get
Go,
for playing
my
with
stupid
summons.
son. Alright, you might say. That's fine. I will simply bypass this by speccing into faith scaling incantations. What a fantastic idea.
We do that too.
Though. 1. This class straight up cannot regenerate mana and is therefore in a state of perpetual drug debt with the local Merchants Guild.
We're giving our kid sister crack cocaine? I love it.
And 2. It is fucking impossible to get even a single decent talisman drop even once. Meaning the optimal playstyle on Revenant is to literally upgrade your starting weapon by going cave diving into Devil's Ass Crack, then spend the rest of the entire game rolling for a talisman by running between a series of miniature casinos, each complete with their very own Indian burial grounds, turning me into a literal beggar who will go around asking people for spare change and diverting the entire team's route through the map so I can continually gamble more. I really hope you didn't have anywhere that you needed to be today.
Mother, help. Mother, I will kill him.
Because God forbid, if you also happen to have a recluse on your team, then first of all, you're gonna instantly die to the equivalent of a small breeze because your class is made out of dental floss. He is killing us with the equivalent of a light breeze! Holy shit, I was like really fucking angry in this clip for some reason. And second, gambling on the correct kind of spell staff is going to be the least of your team's worries now, because the gambling has become henceforth inescapable in all of the moment-to-moment gameplay. You see, Recluse has the power to create a wide selection
I mean, I hear a lot about gambling.
the last damage type that your team happened to inflict on the enemy that day. Meaning that
almost
if you
like it's a
wanted to
gacha
study
game.
and utilize your 14 different spell combinations in order to maximize your DPS and team buffs, that is too fucking bad, as I am already playing Duchess with a holy damage dagger, and whether you like it or not, the only spells that you can now cast will also happen to buff me. Good luck being killed by the next bee sting we come across. I'm gonna be greedy. I'm gonna be greedy as fuck. Greed is good. Greed is good. Nope. No.
Nope.
No.
Never
But
fucking
for those
is.
of us who prefer a playstyle that does not depend on the damage types,
Even
like
when it
2
should
pet
be.
lobotomites,
Okay, nice. Stab it in the ass. Punch it in the butthole. Stabbing its ass. In the fucking butthole.
now imagine that these two are in charge of your spells. Well, friend, the Executor may just be exactly what you are looking for, and is definitely going to be the class with the highest likelihood of disappointing you. This is the funny parry guy who can completely negate the damage of, among other things, the ceiling, nuclear weapons,
So just playing
the
Sekiro.
entire universe, and basically anything, as long as you do not make even a single mistake with a parry window that lasts for 1/10 of God's own American seconds. I am deflecting the fucking spears that come out of the ground. Wow, you might say. That sounds like a really powerful class to play. Provided, of course, that the parry stance was definitely not an objective loss of DPS, since it would be pretty crazy if the Executor scaled primarily in the status effect stat, only for his main ability to neither do any bleed nor any poison, because I would theoretically
that's
the
not
fuck out if
great.
that was hypothetically the case. Also, you can use the power of transformation to awaken the true alpha within yourself, which is completely dogshit at doing anything remotely useful and will constantly die to a boss that is not even targeting them.
Really wants your ass. Oh.
Don't awaken
Okay,
the wolf within.
so
Holy
that
shit, I'm
doesn't
gonna die.
sound great.
The alpha wants his mom to pick him up from school now. And the VTubers get really horny around this one. Don't ask me why. My doctor says that I'm more
Yeah,
than a
that they
beast.
do.
My alpha.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
My kitten.
Puppy boy, save me.
Stop fucking talking like that. Basically, every single character has their own extremely particular preferences, resulting in a gameplay loop that not only has us sprinting to every single enemy that can drop a Carrion Regal Scepter, while I am playing as Wilder, but also requiring a great deal of communication, as it would be a very bad situation to observe that your raider, the strength class with a unique colossal moveset, has been graciously holding all of the team's katanas, only for you to realize that the Revenant has been using a great hammer for the past 5 minutes because they do not know the scaling, plus they just forgot how to summon.
Oh my, there's so many fucking ghosts beating the shit
That's
out
like
of this guy.
every game with a random team
These two
ever, no?
half-sentient vegetables are actively flirting with you, so their streams can have slightly more content in them, because the best ways to get women to flirt with you is obviously under direct financial incentive.
You're a mama's boy,
I mean, that is true.
aren't you, Max?
I feel like Max is scared of women. Is this true? Ooh.
Who isn't?
He went still. Sorry, Max, you got into a call with 2 VTubers. It's over.
Please don't hurt me. Alright, so assuming you have the correct weapons and the correct classes to actually use those weapons, let's imagine for a moment that you are about to fight the Dark Drift Night Lord who is weak to lightning damage. Okay, you say, as you queue into your next game and drop into a map with no lightning camps in it, so your next run is already going to go great. Fine, then, you say as you queue once more. That was just a fluke. I'll just have to run the gauntlet again.
I learned you say never used anything but physical anyway.
The second day boss was exclusively comprised of Nameless King, the lightning boss who is extremely strong against lightning damage. And because I am so normal about this game, I decided to consult the spreadsheets only to learn that on any given default Dark Drift run, the chances of encountering Nameless King are actually 9 in fucking 20. Why is this game like this? I can tell you the answer to that question. Hating me for generating too much revenue in sales.
He's so fucking weird, dude.
Oh
He's
I mean,
so
that's
weird.
again quintessential
I
Souls
keep bitching about it,
experience.
but I swear to God that this game genuinely has a problem with you playing it. Like the sheer prospect of actually seeing the players succeed is a fucking religious heresy. Because guess what? Just when you think that you're finally done killing that Night 2 boss, Night Rain will sometimes randomly decide that, no, you are not. Actually, fuck it. Morgott is such a generational hater that he will straight up interrupt your run whenever he damn well feels like it. Actually, fuck it again. Because that Night Lord you
that
fought
seems
earlier who looks
annoying.
like a goddamn lost sperm cell has randomly decided that he is going to teleport you across the entire map. Okay, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is going on?
Suddenly Pursuit seems really nice.
And also there's going to be a spontaneous invisible bug that will steal your levels and intentionally distract you when you are eating a sandwich.
Okay, I dropped the fucking Castlevania game just because it had something like that in it.
If you approach him, he
That sounds
randomly
annoying
selects
as
a bunch
hell.
of horrible deals that are almost never worth the asking price because he is the devil from the Bible, and if you fail to approach him enough, he is going to steal a permanent portion of your soul. Fuck off, Satan! Then holds your soul for a $15,000 ransom in the middle of the Arizona desert, so I hope you have time for that. Oh god, I can't pay. Stim, you need to pay for my soul.
I feel like Max is like leading me out into the desert to, like,
Okay,
shoot
but
me or something.
like, what is the
I
debuff?
may have made some really bad deals with the Soul Cartel, and I really need you to bail me out right now.
Mom, can you bail me out?
Stim, he is the literal devil from the Bible. Fighting the devil from the Bible is not an actual option, by the way. For the sake of
That
argument,
sucks.
though, let's just assume somehow, some way, you managed to get past all of that and successfully survived your unsanctioned interactions with the righteous landlord putting down his entitled rentoids, acquiring your gear, leveling, clutching the final day 2 boss by yourself 2 times in a row.
Oh my god! Let's go!
Nobody helps me around this fucking house. And finally assimilating with the strange goop. Okay, you have to become one with the goop now.
What?
Excuse me?
Oh, I forgot about this.
Yeah, so you gotta
Bro.
you gotta assimilate with the goop. It is goop assimilation day tomorrow. Then congratulations, you just beat the absolute bare minimum. And now you have earned yourself the right to ascend in purgatory and try your hand at a single attempt to fight the real challenge of Elden Ring Night Rain. Also, if you fuck this up even slightly, good luck on the 40-minute run back. These are the Night Lords, one of 8 terrifying deities from all throughout a multiverse of merciless pain who exist solely to take what you thought was a good run at maximum level with the strongest weapons in the game, and immediately humble your ass because you forgot to bring a poison weapon on a map with no poison in it. or decided to make a bleed build for 40 minutes on the bleeding class with the legendary upgraded bleeding weapon Rivers of Blood, only to arrive at the final boss of the game, purchase your buffs, push open his door, enter the arena, and discover for the very first time that Hailster the Night Lord is apparently immune to bleeding. Also, he's opening a portal
Yeah,
to
that
the
happens
poison dimension now. With
a
each
lot.
Night Lord testing both your capability to discern information when placed inside of a tumble dryer.
I don't
as
know,
well
I
as your
feel
mastery
like
over
later Souls games and Elden Ring in particular just spoiled people in terms of bosses being vulnerable to like status effects, parries, all that shit. When DS1 and I think 2 was more like, does something work on the boss? Probably not.
own unique aspect of Elden Ring's gameplay. And in this, I really do mean mastery, as you are probably going to be forced into fighting a boss with double his health, because the VTuber you are playing with is allergic to the concept of being alive.
I don't know how to tell you this, but I am like, yep.
Also keep in mind that I am going to be talking about the secret hard mode versions of these bosses too, because I would quietly queue for them while the VTubers weren't looking and gleefully observed as they immediately
Now that's
shit
a good
themselves.
idea.
Whoa, it's a dragon! Oh no, it's a dragon!
Because while most VTubers are playing this game expecting the funny explosions and ice machine guns,
It's not a dragon, it's fucking Mothra.
Caligo is a Night Lord who dares to ask the question of, what if the boss makes you take a bunch of Benadryl and emerges from the ominous fog to jump scare you like fucking Slender Man?
Oh no!
I don't like it.
It's fine. It's fine. Relax. We're okay. I hear him.
I'm not relaxed.
You have to relax. Look at the sky.
The sky is
What the fuck? Oh my god!
Remember when I said
That is
earlier
cool.
about teamwork and communication? That teamwork was definitely more important than personal skill? Well, I was actually lying to you when I
Well,
said
that never
I
actually
was
works.
making things up and spreading misinformation on the internet. Personal skill is actually the most important thing in the entire game, and nowhere is this more evident than when this furry bastard splits into 3 different dogs, only for my teammates to sit around and stroke themselves while all 3 enemies exclusively attack me.
Oh, good. None of them chose me.
Yeah,
My
that
lucky
seems
day.
about right.
You know who they did choose.
Well, sucks to suck.
Or just fucking arguing over aggro instead of actually splitting it.
Wait, Mia, can you hold aggro? No, you hold aggro!
There are 3 wolves inside of you, and all of them are homophobic. But what if I told you that there was a
That
boss
happens.
who didn't attack the player? A boss that dares to ask the bold question of, what if there was an enemy in the game with no actual gameplay mechanics to him? A boss fight that is so passive and so peaceful that it will be putting your character to sleep whether you like it or not. Oh, sorry. I feel like taking a nap. I just feel like taking a nap. Yeah, sorry, excuse me.
No, he just got a little eepy.
You would probably say something along the lines of, oh god, please let me fight anything else. And honestly, at this point, I
yeah.
am yet to be convinced that this boss actually knows that you are trying to fight it.
Now let me know if he's coming my way.
He's not. He's just doing his
Right.
stupid.
He's just like fucking around right now.
Sweet, actually. Okay.
I'm just fucking with you guys. Relax.
Nameless King sounds way more pleasant
Please
right
God,
now.
let me squish him in a hydraulic press. But hey, at least Augur is one of those bosses that you can use your fucking computer on.
Oh my god, oh my god.
Because frankly, the mere expectation of my computer to be able to do math is understandably a little too far, as my human brain and eyeballs are unable to process any of this anyways, so obviously my 4090 is going to have some problems too.
That is probably not right.
Fulgur engineer. Whoa, my computer.
Also, Dark Drift Knight and Hailstar are here too, but they're just really fucking cool. One of them straight up rips a hole in the universe, and the other one rips a hole in his self.
Oh my god! It's transforming! It's like Sailor Moon!
Seriously, what the fuck is
Okay.
with these guys' moves? Jesus Christ, why is it like this? Okay, so maybe I have made these bosses sound pretty difficult, and to be fair, they are a little bit, but at least after fighting Dark Drift Knight for, I don't know, fucking 10 attempts or so, I can begin to recognize how the boss works and plan accordingly using my human brain. But what, pray tell, would you do if there was a boss in Night Rain who was not like that? A boss who is so unpredictable and so chaotic in his mechanics that the only logical conclusion that you will be able to draw is that we are no longer even playing Elden Ring, we are playing against a mental breakdown, and the pleasure is all mine. What can I do here? What the fuck am I supposed to do here? There's so much shit on my fucking screen.
Okay, that doesn't explain a lot.
That's right, motherfucker is back at it again. Night Lord number 8 is the literal devil. I forget where he's from. Here once again, starting off every boss fight by offering you even more shit-ass useless deals. Except in the case of taking eventual greatness, which is significantly worse than useless, because it halves your health for an entire 2 minutes.
Well, it sounds about...
the devil from the undisclosed location does not need more than
sounds like it would be exactly that, no?
Man, when is my fucking eventual greatness gonna come?
Next
I
game?
really want to be great right now.
This boss is pretty hard. Not like in a, oh, this is so hard to dodge, I'm gonna uninstall this fucking game kind of way, but more like in a, I told my therapist about him and he decided to prescribe euthanasia kind of way. The devil from the Bible can summon attacks below you, summon attacks above you, summon attacks in front of you, which I somehow still get hit by, summons you several times in a row.
So nothing unusual yet.
Directly inside of your skull bones, and does all of this all at the same time with no restrictions. You can see how this is a problem now, right?
This is Toho. Like, I'm playing Toho.
What the fuck is this shit?
Oh my god.
Oh my god! No!
I mean, I think my man is being a bit dramatic.
That was so cinematic. No!
There is no discernible attack pattern to learn, no predictable behavior. The devil from the Bible does not have attacks, and he does not have phases. He has mood swings, and frankly, I am not actually equipped to tell you what kind of mood the gigantic fucking crucifix is, but if I had to guess, I would probably say that it is referring to my imminent meeting with God.
Why are there so many summons? What the fuck did he just do? Kill the fucking, oh my, what the fuck?
Okay, that is a lot of summons.
So many! How are this many? Why are there this many summons?
So basically that's what happened in the video, and I liked fooling around with lots of women. Please don't actually insinuate that I'm dating any of them. These bitches are too mentally ill for me. And if you somehow like this video, please consider supporting me on my Patreon. I worked a gigantic amount of time on just this one project, and frankly, it is causing me to go insane. Just like the last 2 videos that also made me go insane. My ex-girlfriend broke up with me as soon as the Red Dead video was finished. As always, more insane VTuber content to come. And I hope that all of you are having a very nice night tonight, or something. Honestly, after spending enough time with these people, I have forgotten how to read my own script.
Okay, good stuff. That's a lot of people. Right. Now for something less insane.
Okay.
Right. I suppose let's just do the freshest one. Hand the fuck on. I just realized it's an hour and a half. Fuck. Whatever, I guess I will not be pausing.
Okay, music fades in. My friend, let me weave you a tale.
Maybe speed
of
it
a
up at some
windswept
point as
night
well.
Beyond the old Egyptian sands, where the water plays coy with the shore, and the coy are sure to play in the water. Where the desert wolves make love to the moon. Exterior day. This is the Suez Canal. Undeniably, Egypt's most famous body of water. Nothing bad ever happens here. Oh, except for that one time. Okay, so there's a ship.
I feel like that should have been more than one
It's going
time.
up the Suez Canal really, really fast, probably. And you think that, well, the Port Authority would call up, and they'd be like,
Captain, you are going way too fast.
But the captain, he's wicked sick cool, so he's like,
they're just jealous of my passion for going fast through critical trade infrastructure. Increase speed.
If you will not slow down, prepare to meet the full might of the Egyptian military.
And the actual speed was
two of Egypt's fastest fighter
something
jets
like a
scrambled
snail.
on the runway. But the captain kept adding power.
Faster! The people of Europe need these Chinese knockoffs of European goods.
And they got all sorts of
Sure
technology
do.
to go like top speed.
Don't go faster, I beseech you.
But everyone on the crew was loving it. Yeah, go faster. But then...
Look out! Someone left a ramp in the middle of the canal.
I ain't afraid of nothing.
It was at this point that the captain chose to do a wicked sick jump. Lens flare. But they overshot it. They were gonna collide with a gently sloping sandy bank. They threw on the handbrake.
Drop anchor! Brace for impact!
But it was too late. Collision. Literally everybody died. Ever given, ever taken away.
I think it's not exactly what happened.
Yeah, that'll do.
But more
Alright,
or
see
less.
you in a year. What do you mean it's not long enough? Wikipedia, ChatGPT. Add the music. They love that. A reaction GIF? That's a good one. No, this video's too good. Dial it back a little. Okay, let me start again. I'll do the phony voice too. Better. Okay, so here's what really happened.
Details from secondary sources. Oh, okay. That's always for the
The
better.
story begins in Malaysia. Of course, you already know, but that's this one over here. And at a port named Tanjung Pelepus is the container ship known as the Ever Given. The last of the cargo is loaded onto the ship, and the captain of the ship, Krishnan Kanthaval, is there with his crew of 20. Hello! At this point, Kanthaval probably said something like, all right, the boat's tummy is all full of cargo. We're almost ready to get going. So Evergreen, the operating company
They
of
actually
the ship,
might have.
would have called ahead and booked passage for the ship. Yes, one adult ship ticket, please. Large. How many containers? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now this guy at the operating company is on the line to the Suez Canal Authority, and they are in charge of all of the operations of the Suez Canal. All right, thank you for choosing Suez Waterways. You are scheduled for March 23rd. You are 922nd in queue. All right, we've got a Supermax
That's
container
a
coming
lot.
through on March 23rd. Pulling up the stats now. The Ever Given, one of the largest container ships in the world. Over 400 meters long, 60 meters wide. Only 10%
Nice.
smaller than the world's largest aircraft carrier. Able to carry over 20,000 of these shipping containers. Here's a guy and a sandwich for scale.
How the
All
fuck?
right, navigator, helmsman, Gene. Let's get going. We wouldn't want to hold up the other ships.
Okay.
With a teary goodbye, the Ever Given sets sail from Malaysia and makes course for the Netherlands. Let's go to the map.
I don't know, I just feel
Malaysia,
that the
and you already
size
know,
of
but the
containers
Netherlands
math
is over
isn't
here.
quite
The
mathing.
route's so simple. You just go from here over to... Oh. We're blocked by Africa, sir. Should we just head back? Don't worry, I know a shortcut. Head into that inlet. It's called the Red Sea. Captain, it's blue. I know. In a bit over a week, the Ever Given cruises
sucks.
all the way to the Red Sea. And on the way, someone on the crew points out Djibouti and says it aloud. Djibouti, because it's fun to say. It's a great time to be a cargo ship captain, I can tell you that much. Captain, we've got another problem on the sat-nav. There's more land in the way. How are we supposed to get through an obstacle like this? Should I just head back? Now, if this was 1868, Canterville would be in big trouble. But luckily, in 1869, someone happened to dig a big channel right from one side of this isthmus to the other, and filled it with water, they did, which meant that ships no longer needed to circumnavigate Africa. It's nothing personal. It's a geographic thing. Late that evening, the Ever Given arrives at the Gulf of Suez.
I almost
here on
believe
the
it.
map. It's a big open area for ships to park. And there are ships everywhere, sitting idle, waiting for their turn to pass through the canal. Now the helmsman is kind of driving around the area, looking for a place to park and drop anchor. But then, something captures his attention. Hey, what's that mysterious-looking ship over there? It looks abandoned. M.V. Ahmad. M.V. Do not speak its name, helmsman. Why not? Look, there's a spot. That's a handicap. They park the ship, drop anchor, and radio in to the Suez Canal Authority. Thank you for joining the queue. Typical wait time is a few hours, up to 1 business day. Why do we have to wait? Why can't we just go straight through? Because we've got rules here at the canal. A big book of them. No running, no dive bombing, and blah, blah, blah. Somewhere way down the back of the manual it says, all vessels entering or leaving the canal must have a pilot. And in fact, a ship as large as yours needs 2. These pilots are employees of the Canal Authority who understand the perils of the route. Kind of like a consultant to the captain. And they stand around going, yes, yes, go here, turn coming up here, watch out for the geese. So just stand by for a while,
geese, I mean.
Alright, nothing to do till this pilot arrives. Guess I'll take a little bit of me time. I'm off to my cabin, fellas. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And so just after midnight, Canterville heads back to his quarters to take a nap. Quite a cozy scene, wouldn't you say? But all is not well on the Ever Given tonight. There seems to be some trouble with the weather. 2:30 a.m. Canterville wakes up. Outside is the loud rattle of shipping containers sparring with the wind. Loud enough to capture Canterville's attention.
I mean, one would expect it to be normal.
Alright, what's the status on it being really, really windy outside? The wind is up to 35 knots, but the Ever Given is fine and the anchor is keeping us held. Alright, it sounds like I can head back to my quarters then. Wait, Captain. I think we need to move the ship. Yeah, those guys are getting closer and closer to us. We're surrounded by ships like the Al Nasriyah. Their anchors can't withstand the wind and they are being dragged about. We need more buffer or there's risk of a collision. Good thinking. Alright, duty engineer, prep the engines. Aye. The ship kicks to life. The helmsman steers the Ever Given to get further away from the other ships. This whole thing might be cancelled. Port control. Although this waiting area is delightful, the weather outside is very frightful. Is passage through the canal still happening? Not cancelled. Hold position. Your pilot is wrapping up and will be on his way to your vessel soon. They're making us wait. Captain, if we're struggling not to hit ships in this big open area, it's going to get pretty dicey when we have to navigate through a narrow channel like the Suez.
Yeah, probably.
Yes. Although you should have said, spoiler warning. Some time has passed. We're back on the bridge. There's the helmsman. Captain's gone back to his quarters. Pilots would be here for hours. Then suddenly,
Oh fuck,
an
also
idea.
it skipped that, but
The helmsman takes it upon himself
like,
to
that
navigate
usually
a
has good
little
odds,
bit
but
of
fuck it, it's still on anyway.
Tee-hee-hee, says the helmsman. As long as no one checks the nav data, this won't come back to bite me at all. A couple of hours pass. The wind dies down just a little. No ships crashed into the Ever Given, but a small one did pull up beside it. Captain, pilots are here. Welcome aboard. Oh, hey, Captain. Yes, we're running late. Where's the helm? We don't know what the pilots' names are, so we're just going to go with blue and red. Okay, I think we should move ahead at about 14 kilometers. That's right. Ahead, 14 kilometers per hour. The Ever Given joins a convoy of ships taking position at the entrance to the canal. Convoy, checking in. Ready. All right, everybody. We want to be alert. Stay focused. Yeah, Captain. I'll follow the other ships. I'll try not to get lost. Hold on, helmsman. And the audience. This is a much more perilous journey than you might know.
Right.
What? A big straight line? It is 193 kilometers of narrow waterway. And I hope you've got some stamina,
And
because
doesn't
it
look
takes
straight.
12 hours to traverse. That's a full day trip. Some parts are only 24 meters deep. Oh, that's very shallow. Yes, and only 200 meters wide in some parts. That's very narrow. I've seen McDonald's drive-thrus with more clearance. And you certainly wouldn't want to have an accident,
I mean,
would you?
kinda.
Because 12% of the entire world's sea freight passes through here. If you blocked it, the consequences would be humongous. No pressure, though. Oh, I see.
Foreshadowing is a literal device.
Ahead, 14 kilometers per hour. Yes, pilot. 14 kilometers. Steady on. So into the canal the Ever Given went. As they cruise, the winds swirl back onto the sea. No longer buffered by miles of open water, the sand and dust can blow about with abandon. Low visibility. Strong winds jostle the ship.
That's not
Grit
great.
pelts the bow. The Ever Given steams ahead at about the pace of a fast jog. And there's no real build-up here, to be honest. Things go awry almost immediately. How are you coping with the wind? It's manageable. All right, well, the wind is definitely pushing us to the left-hand side. Yes, just try to keep it as centered as you can. Adjusting. These winds are quite something. Do you think we should have insisted they postpone? Well, the pilots don't seem worried, and they know this water better than anyone. The angle of the wind is particularly nasty, catching the enormous surface area of the ship and constantly nudging it off course. Helmsman, you're still too far to the left. You've got to get back to the center. Yeah, I'm trying. Adjusting.
And you're
The helmsman
correct.
keeps changing the trajectory of the ship, but he cannot seem to stay in the center. Come on, helmsman, we're still not centered. I know, it's the wind. No matter what they do, they can't seem to get away from the left bank. The wind foils their every countermaneuver. This is not as manageable as I thought it would be. Is it going to be like this the whole way? Don't worry, this is really common. It won't be the whole trip. No, the problem is we're going too slow. Red Pilot takes the initiative.
Oh yeah, that's a good
If we
idea.
speed up, we can push through the wind. Accelerate to 22 kilometers an hour. Somewhat reluctantly, the helmsman obliges. 22 kilometers per hour. Engines engage and the ship speeds up. Captain, going this fast in heavy winds is needlessly reckless. There are protocols for this sort of thing. All right, Gene, it's a bit windy. Relax, this must happen all the time. The Red Pilot was right. The increased speed
one
helps
would
them to
expect
fight
it.
through the wind and get away from the left-hand bank. However, they can't seem to keep the ship in the very center. Helmsman, you're aimed too severely to the right-hand bank now. We need a bit of leadership here. Don't worry, I know what to do. Turn left. Adjusting. The pilot's giving steering instructions now. Captain, is he supposed to do that? Captain, the pilot
Probably.
is not here to give steering orders. You should
Okay.
say something. The ship is now consistently snaking left and right and left and right. Turn to the right.
So they turn to the right, but then they end up too far to the right. You're too close to the right bank now. Turn to the left. Yes, I agree. Turn to the left.
Look, this is all a bit tense, and we both know where this is going.
Not really.
It's gonna crash. Let's just enjoy it. Oh, wow. There it is. A gently sloping sandy bank.
Red Pilot, we're just consultants. This isn't our job to steer the ship. You're micromanaging. We should only be giving general navigation advice. We're getting too close to the left bank. I can't keep it centered. We have to slow this ship down. If we slow down, the wind will push us into the bank. What do I do?
Go somewhere in the middle?
The two pilots
Like, I feel there's plenty between 14 and what was it, 22?
They're bickering in Arabic. Arabickering.
And Canterville's crew doesn't speak Arabic. What the hell are they saying? I don't know. Neither do I. Does anyone here speak Arabic?
The Ever Given has reached its target speed of 22 kilometers an hour, but they're taking wider and wider turns and can't seem to get anywhere near the center of the lane. And the two pilots, they're still fighting.
Captain?
That's
Captain!
professional.
Pilots!
Captain! The Ever Given then reaches an extreme, unrecoverable angle, pointing acutely to the right, straight for the bank.
Okay.
We need to turn left. Now. Hard left. Hard to the left. Hard to the left.
The rudder turns, but the ship doesn't turn with it.
What the fuck is another hour
it
and 90
slides.
minutes about?
Didn't I tell you to turn left? Why aren't we turning? I am turning to the left, Captain. The ship's not responding. I knew this would happen. It's your fault.
The helmsman loses his ability to steer. The ship has gone out of control.
Captain. Canterville finally steps forward. Enough! Helmsman, center the rudder. Reduce speed. Rudder center. Reduce...
But it's too late. Canterville did not intervene in time.
Well, that sucks. Hang on, what was that? Ah, god damn it, the fucking controls.
Canterville did not intervene in time.
Yep.
Shit.
That was not a scream though. Nice.
The crew can feel the vibration through the floor as the bow meets the bank. That bow, raised 6 meters, slides into the bank with ease, like a hot pencil through pudding. Meanwhile, the rear of the ship is pulled into the opposite bank. The bridge shakes and the crew lurches forward as 300,000 tons of momentum is reduced to 0 in the span of a couple of seconds. We've run aground! We've run aground! Cut your engines! Canterville yells out on the radio, because don't forget, these ships are running as a convoy, which means that the ships behind them have just seen what's happened, and they all have to slam on the brakes. A couple of ships back, the Asia Ruby 3 suffers an engine malfunction, and it cannot stop as quickly as it intends to, and nearly plows into the back of the Maersk Denver. They manage to stop themselves just in time and prevent running aground as well. Pan back to the Ever Given.
That would be fun.
Let us look at it from above. It is diagonally wedged across the entire canal. An unplanned bridge connecting 2 continents. A ship collision of such magnitude, there's almost nothing to compare it to. Maybe Hindenburg? 9/11? I'll keep Googling.
Hold off on the dramatic sound effects. There's no need to panic
seem a
just
bit
yet.
different.
It's like a car tire stuck in the mud. We simply reverse. Full astern. Well, that means full backwards. Propellers at the back of the ship whiz to little effect, locked in place by the sand. We didn't move. Merely a run-up. Crash astern. That's the most dramatic version of full astern, ramping up to full thrust as quickly as possible. Nothing. No, stop it. No sound effect just yet. We still have one more option. Start up the bow thrusters. They're the jets at the front of the ship that give a little bit of extra oomph. Crash astern, full thrusters. No effect, sir. Now, we don't have the transcript from here, so we'll just presume that at the time, Canterville said something very quirky and millennial. Like, so that just happened. But what we do know is that he and the pilots then jumped on the radio and got in contact with the Port Authority. We've got something to tell you, and you gotta promise not to get mad. Shut up. Look, listen, we're gonna need a tugboat. We are run aground. The helmsman takes a turn at being millennial. There are other ships right behind me, aren't there? Uh-huh.
A couple.
And there were, as the queue of container ships piling up behind them got longer and longer. Make that 2 tugboats.
Ha.
So what happened here exactly? And who is in big trouble? Explainer time! There are 3 main causes to why the ship crashed. Let's start with the wind. The captain could have very easily said, guys, the wind is far too severe. Let's postpone. But he didn't. However, the blame's not all on Canterville. The 2 pilots could have also said, let's just follow protocol. By radioing in to HQ and saying, yes, get us 2 tugboats, please. With 1 on each side at the front, they would have had far more stability and control. And they wouldn't need to erratically fight about with the wind to stay in the middle of the lane. Second cause, the speed of the ship.
Feels like it almost should be a standard.
The helmsman, accelerate the ship to 22 kilometers per hour. But when he did that, they were already driving at the speed limit for their weight class, 14 kilometers per hour. And telling the helmsman to go beyond that meant that they are technically breaking the rules. And while I agree that some rules are made to be broken,
as I said,
going this fast in a very
from
large
14 to 22 feels
kind
of drastic.
Causes a whole bunch of problems to do with fluid dynamics.
Like,
big problems.
16, 18?
Huge.
5 fun physics phenomena.
No, I don't know the physics, and if I did, I wouldn't tell you. But what I will say is this. Speeding up causes something approximating oversteer. The ship becomes all slidey. I'm just going to turn a little bit to the left, but instead you go a lot to the left. I'll just turn right a little bit, but instead you turn to the right a lot. Remember how the cheerful navigator was like, come on guys, we have to get back to the center of the lane. Well, they can't, because every time they try to direct back to the center, the speed and the oversteer means they overshoot it. One more effect of going very fast.
I will sneeze. Wait for it.
That's not the right
Take a look
effect.
at this animation side on. Water pressure effects cause the ship to tilt. At this speed, the front is raised 6 meters higher than usual, which means when they collide with the bank, combined with the high velocity, they really wedge themselves in. But we can't just blame everything on the physicists.
Okay, fair enough.
Because there's a third main cause. Poor communication. English is the official language of pretty much every port. However, the pilots start arguing with each other in Arabic, which is not just unprofessional, but excludes all of the rest of the crew from what's being discussed. And all of these competing voices make for chaos on the bridge. But the blame is not all on the co-pilots either. The captain is always in charge. He has the ultimate authority. Decisions start and end with him. So the captain should have intervened and said something like,
Shut up, everybody. But he doesn't. He stands there quite passively throughout. By the time he does step in, it's too late. Now that everything's been laid out, who would you say is at fault for the crash of the
I mean, sometimes you
The
just
helmsman?
expect people to know what they're
Blue
doing,
pilot?
right?
The red pilot? Canthaville? I'll tell you. Society, that's who. You and me. And I think you should apologize.
Nope. I will choose to be a dick.
Alrighty, so we have something 3.5 times the size of the Titanic, choking the world's largest freighting canal like a greedy seagull throating a glue stick. Good start. And they didn't
That's
get
an
very
image.
far through the canal itself. About 5% of the progress bar. But if we scroll up for a second, we can see what landmarks they missed out on. The Great Bitter Lake, named so because the water there is very salty instead of fresh. Then up a 2-lane bit and over to Timsah Lake, named so because Timsah is the Arabic word for crocodile, because there used to be crocodiles in there.
No.
Otherwise, it's pretty much
I
zip
thought it's
right
the
through to the
place
Mediterranean.
right next to it.
That would have been very nice for them. Now we go back a bit to Timsah Lake, and here you'll find the city of Ismailia.
Yeah,
And
this
at its
one.
port, see this building? This is the Suez Canal Authority. Inside, Captain El Said, head of navigational control, is just settling in for the day. As he sits down to his desk, Captain, you're gonna want to see this. The video feed pulls up.
We're about to have a quiet day here.
Line 1. We're stuck. We'd like to request a tugboat. Stuck? Stuck where? You know that single lane area pretty close to the entrance? There. Now, had this happened in one of the 2-lane sections, they could have kept the traffic flowing. But alas. What? So you're blocking all the traffic? Mr. El Said, we already promised we wouldn't get mad. Fine. I gotta see how bad it is in person. El Said snatches his keys off his desk and he races down to his car, rushing to the scene. He gets out and casts his eyes upon the ship. My God. Towering over him is a structure the width and breadth of the world's largest Walmart, except it is also 15 stories tall. The bow,
that sucks.
raised 6 meters higher than normal, is jammed into one side, like an unwitting finger in a Chinese finger trap that somebody filled with Gorilla Glue in its prom tomorrow. And the ass of the ship, firmly squatting aground on the other side, and the middle of the ship making bended metal groans as it's barely suspended by only a few meters of water. El Said lets the sand
That doesn't
run
sound
through his
optimal.
fingers. At this point, another important person arrives on the scene. Admiral Rabi. He is the Suez Canal Authority chairman, the big boss of the whole canal. Here's the rough structure
Okay,
of the
let's
organization.
unlock
He's all the way up here, right?
picture.
So high up that he reports directly to the Pharaoh of Egypt himself. Yep, that's one blocked canal. No, Mr. President, he didn't say blocked. Shut up. He said that canal rocked. He's giving it a 5-star review. Come on, follow me to the bridge. Now, Al Said and Rabi board the ship, and it's a hell of a scene. The crew is racing around. Oh God, they're gonna check the nav data. They're gonna see the dick pic. Oh God. Canthaville's standing back taking
Excuse
a panicked
me?
phone call with the operating company. Okay, so 2 pilots walk into a ship, and the first one says, and the 2 pilots from before are still bickering. All right.
Hang on.
And the first one says, and the 2 pilots from before are...
After giving their account, prepare to disembark, as they did, so they continued to bicker. Alright.
still bickering. All right, you 2 are dismissed. Canthaville. Oh God, this is the end of my career. This is gonna cost $1 billion. Al Said
More.
puts his hand on Canthaville's shoulder. Do not worry, my friend. We shall solve this. Come on, Captain. What's the...
That could be like, don't worry, it's been way over a million already.
status? Well, the ship isn't floating. Yeah. No, what I mean is the situation is worse than you think. It's the way we're pitched up on the shore. The weight distribution is all wrong. We're like a raised bridge, but we don't have any of the support underneath. The middle of the ship could bend under its own weight and tear. So it could sink? Yeah. That would shut down the whole canal for months. Are we taking on water? No, I've had the engineers check the hull. We can't see water making ingress anywhere. Yet. The best way to get free and the best way to prevent the ship from potentially sinking is to lighten the load. We need to get rid of at least, I don't know, like 20,000 tons.
Oh,
How quickly do you think your crew
easy.
can offload containers? No. Look how high those boxes are stacked. To offload these containers is going to require specialist equipment. The kind you'd only find at a dedicated port. We're not going to be able to offload these containers out here in the middle of nowhere. All right, well, it's the easiest, most brute force solution you can think of. The ballast tanks. Yeah, go on. We've got nearly 10,000 tons of ballast water on board. We can dump that right now and relieve some pressure. Excellent idea. I'll get started. No, you can't do that. Well, why not? Allow me to explain.
Sure.
You see, when a ship fills its ballast tanks, it's filling with more than just water. It's a big, dilute, salty soup of algae, plant material, and even sometimes small fish.
So you'll fuck up
Pick
the
that up in
ecosystem.
Malaysia, and then just dump that at the next port, you're introducing these stowaway pest species into the environment. Some examples of these invasive species include the Northern Pacific Sea Star, the European green crab, that son of a bitch, and cholera.
Okay, that's not right.
So you have to treat the water before you discharge it, usually through heat or chemicals. And the key there is that it also requires time and access to one of these treatment machines. And we're not at a port, it's going to take much longer than usual. But let me get onto the line with the guys at Ismailia. We probably have a portable water treatment machine somewhere. Al Said turns and looks out the window. Coming down the canal are 2 tugboats, the ones that they ordered earlier.
That will
we might
work.
not even be that deeply wedged in. These 2 tugboats might be all we need. Yes, tugboats. This is the Mosaid 2 and the Mosaid 3. These 2 little
Where's the
guys are
first
able
one?
to pull around this massive cargo ship, comparable in size to the Ever Given. On go the ties. Line secure, all fast. Engine ready. Ready to pull. Canterville looks nervously at El Said. Commence pull. Slow ahead. The polyethylene ropes whine as they're pulled taut from the water. The tugboats lightly draw against the ship, testing for resistance. All right, a little more. 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 Full power. Nothing. Not an inch of difference. All right, stop engines. Be on standby.
I mean, I would start
This isn't
from
gonna
the
work.
back.
With just 2
But,
tugboats,
okay.
we do not have the pull for a ship this massive, this deeply grounded. It's also low tide. That's not helping. Wind's high tide. Early afternoon, in a couple of hours. All right, that buys us some time. How soon do you think you can get a dredger out here? Let me find out for you. Please hold. The dredgers can remove the sand below the waterline that's all built up around the ship. Hi again. They say it'll take a day, maybe 2. All right, tell them
Well,
to
that
hurry.
sucks.
A day or 2? I'd better update my boss. Let him know it's not gonna be a quick fix.
I should call my wife as well. All right, don't go too far. I need you for something in a minute.
Might
Hey,
want
what
to
about
start with your wife.
excavators? Oh yeah, how many we got? Right now? No, for my birthday. Yeah, now. 1. 1. 1 guy. There's only 1 excavator on standby for the whole canal. Well, it's just post-COVID. Everyone's been excavating from home. Patch me through.
Alright.
There really was just 1 guy, by the way. It's local contractor Abdullah. So he picks up the phone. Mushy mushy. There's been a big accident at the canal, Abdullah.
There's sand and dirt everywhere. I need your help. Just send me the deets, Chum. Abdullah jumps in his truck and heads to the scene. And when he pulls up, Gott in Himmel. He sees the massive Ever Given wedged into the canal. Abdullah locks himself into his excavator and gets to work on the most important task he's ever done digged.
I mean, at that point, you can just call a bunch of kids with, like, toy showels as well, no?
Back on the bridge. Yeah, I'm not sure. Hopefully home soon. Okay. Yep, no, love you too. Okay, bye.
Whew, the boss was not happy.
Hey, before you said you needed me for something.
I did. Who's this?
Breathe into this tube. Also, you have to do a drug test. After the crash, they tested Canterville for drugs and alcohol. Both came up negative. There's also a procedure to make sure that captains aren't fatigued. They look at the rest schedule and they find, no, Canterville took that nap, remember? He's had plenty of rest time. So he passed the fatigue assessment. And while Canterville was at the nurse's office, high tide came and went. Tugs were tried again. And again. Tried a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It didn't work. All day trying, all evening, and into the early morning. But that stubborn ship was going nowhere.
Okay.
Of course. The moon. Day 2. There's quite a queue of ships by this point, and they're all honking their horns impatiently. Hey, move your ass! I got Frozens in the back. Go around! Go around! No one knows quite what's happening because the Suez Canal Authority has not made a
around
full
is a bit of a way.
But their hand is about to be forced when an impatient sailor behind the Ever Given takes a photograph and publishes it online. And this starts a bit of a buzz on social media. It was at this very moment that the helmsman's most feared fear was most realized. Someone pulled up the navigational data.
Colonel?
Within 24 hours, it was all over the news. So over at the Suez offices, Mr. Rebbe, we have 300 voicemails. Telemarketers? Important clients and journalists. They're asking about whether the canal is blocked, aren't they? They're asking about whether the canal is blocked, yes. And the Suez Canal Authority could keep it a secret no longer. They held a press conference. Okay. This is crazy. Let's say, hypothetically, they didn't give many details, but it was a very inspirational press conference. The news begins reporting on the story.
It's blocked. Cargo ship blocking the Suez Canal is a huge container ship.
There's just the most incredible drama playing out in the Suez Canal.
A massive container ship longer than the Eiffel Tower.
It's one of the world's most important shipping lanes.
And breaking news from the Nana Star News Channel. I'm Nana. Mega ship's big ass is stuck in the Suez Canal.
Right. Point is, this story
That's about
exploded
right.
everywhere. There was a lot of sympathy to go around.
I appear to have blocked global trade.
And the internet, upon seeing it, went, these guys need some help. We would love to volunteer.
That's not a picture of a naked woman. I need to help them.
They knew best about what to do to get this ship unstuck. All right, it's time for the I reckon you could pretty much just do this and it'd work section. By far the most popular solution was simply blow it up. No ship, no problem.
Alright.
But why wouldn't this work? Well, first you're blowing up $1 billion worth of cargo. And this thing is about 3 times the size of Mount Rushmore. So there's quite a lot of debris to sweep up, actually. And you still haven't solved the problem of moving the thing out of the
canal. Next idea. What if we attach 1,000 helicopters and simply fly the thing out? You could even take it all the way to its destination.
I mean, it would be more than a thousand, but
well,
sure.
This thing weighs about 300,000 tons. So even if you had a really powerful helicopter, you're going to need like 25,000 of them. And you can't put them all together in one area or they'll all crash. It ain't gonna work.
En route to help. Hey, maybe pull up a bit.
Next. Alright, more seriously, why don't we take a whole bunch of old jet engines, weld them to the sides of the ship, turn them all on at once, and whee, the day is saved.
That would take barely any time.
However, there is a risk of an explosion.
Oh, also
and then
that.
you'd have a hole in the ship, and then the ship sinks, and then you're really never moving it. Hear me out. Liquid nitrogen. A lot of liquid nitrogen right
What?
under the boat. The water freezes, expands, the ship lifts up. Bob's your uncle, you love it. Except now, the ship is just stuck in ice. And then it melts, and then you're back to the exact same position. Also, you need like $1 billion worth of nitrogen. There's no way to get that much material, let alone handle the scale of that material. Also, everyone's gonna freeze to death on board, and the ballast will expand in the tanks, and that'll destroy the ship. It's not gonna work.
Nice.
Alright. Last idea. Best idea. What if we just actively made things worse? Such as this petition to add a second boat to the canal.
Okay, that's a
Jokes
great
aside,
idea.
one humble comment did stand out from the crowd.
Get a few people on this side, a few people on that side, push it, and I really think it would go.
Well, maybe. Because that's exactly what the recovery team intended to do. Ahoy! Ah, good to see you back from the nurse. I told them I didn't do any drugs, but they wouldn't take my word for it. I would have believed you. Hey, just give me the walkie-talkie. All right, full ahead with the excavators. 3 more excavators join Abdullah.
Oh yeah,
They are
that will
busily
help.
digging out the front and rear of the ship. It's still going too slow. What else we got? More rescue stuff. So here comes Rabbi pulling up to the scene. Good news, fellas. And he's standing atop a very powerful bit of kit. A big, beautiful dredger. To be specific, a cutter suction dredge. Essentially, you've got a big
Excuse me?
rotating cutting tool that loosens up all the soil, while a big suction pipe sends it yonder. All right, do the dredgy. Full speed. What else we got? We got more tugboats incoming. More and more tugboats join the fray. A total of 8, arranged around the ship like this. Notably, the Baraka 1 and the Izzat Adel. These are 2 of the most powerful tugboats in the Middle East, and that includes the
Okay.
non-deserty parts. Full ahead with those. They keep trying. A cacophony of engines playing the highest stakes game of tug-of-war ever attempted. Tens of millions of dollars being lost every hour until it was won. And their opponent? Unbothered, moisturized, taking up the whole lane. Unbudgeable. All right, we're calling it for now. Oh, El Said, we've thrown everything we can at the ship, and it won't concede an inch. It's hopeless, hopeless.
That's
The
a bit
cynicism of
dramatic.
youth. I've worked for many years on the Suez. There's magic in the water, Canterville. Magic. We will succeed. Your words are empty, El Said. Optimism has blinded you, El Said. We cannot defeat the canal. It is simply too powerful. If I were the guys at
right.
Kaisha, I'd just forget about the Ever Given and buy a new ship. Well, we can't afford a new ship. The owners of the Ever Given, Shoei Kaisen Kaisha Limited, are getting very worried. I need that ship back, and I can't just leave it to the Suez Canal Authority to do it. There's only one team daring and foolhardy enough to take on a job like this. Kaisen calls up an elite salvaging company from the Netherlands. Smit Salvage. We need your help. I got your number
Okay.
from you know who. Smit is the industry's best. They have response centers all over the globe, 24/7, ready to respond to marine emergencies. And funnily enough, they're the same team that helped with the rescue of the Costa Concordia back in 2012.
Oh.
Suit up, boys. They put the ocean
That's another
in
radio.
Ocean's 11, the tide in Tide Pod. And sometimes they pee in the water. Why not? The fish do it.
We're en route to the canal. ETA in the next 24 hours.
Uh-huh.
Next
That's
time
not
on
our
Boat in
exaggerated.
Canal. The prophecy. It's coming true. Kiss me, you fool. I'm beginning to think you don't want to get the boat free. Well, is it the Yanny wire or the Laurel wire?
Laurel.
I couldn't hear you. You're breaking up. Ha ha ha. There's only one way this was ever gonna go. It's now day 3. There's more digging, more tugging, but the ship is still exactly where they left it. And the slow pace of progress is starting to cause problems for international trade. Each delayed ship represents thousands of tons of undelivered stock for store shelves. And that queue is getting longer and longer.
You know what?
On board, an
Actually,
estimated 9 points.
this seems like it could be, with to be continued, a good place to maybe continue it some other time, cause yeah, that's a lot. So, anyways, yeah, let's just stop here. Have a good one. Bye. Hope I will be less fried the next time.